trailer if it was
Oh
genuinely
yeah.
him. Yeah.
It ain't Let's Go. Like it was last time.
He's like,
No, it's a full on high pitch Mario. It sounds just
okay.
like you want it to sound.
What's happening to my voice? Oh.
And I was just watching Guardians of the Galaxy, so just like I'm pretty high on Chris Pratt right now, and then seeing him, he's definitely the most charismatic
Hey, he's a likable dude.
out of
He
the
is a
yeah
likable dude.
out of the presenters from the direct. Like
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
he's the most.
I knew that all the way back in what was it, a 5-year engagement, and then Parks and Rec. Oh, actually,
Wasn't he?
even before that, when his little, I don't want to say cameo, but his little role in Wanted.
He's in Wanted.
Yeah, he's the best friend who's banging the guy's girlfriend.
Here's a funny story. Well, not funny, but a interesting story about that movie. I watched it probably via Netflix DVD.
What?
Get it in the mail. And then when I bought my PS3 used in 2009, I got Hancock, Wanted, and Resident Evil 3, whatever that's called. Starts with the R, I want to say. Or Annihilation, maybe. No, not Annihilation. Whatever, the third one. I got those 3 movies
Resurrection or something.
and the PS3 for like $300, and that version was still selling for like 4. And maybe this is funny. Maybe it's funny to me. I have yet to watch a single one of those. I've never watched any of those 3 movies that I got with the PS3.
Really?
I still have them in my collection. Now I've seen them all before that, but I have never put in those discs and actually watched those movies since I basically bought them. And I don't know why. Like every time somebody brings up one of those 3 movies, I instantly think of that. Like I saw Hancock before, I saw Resident Evil before that, and I saw obviously.
Well, sounds like a good chance. Resident Evil came out. I could watch a Resident Evil movie.
And I always thought that was the best of the
Don't you do
movies,
that.
but I have yet to watch those. It's just weird. And then my coworker, her husband bought a PS3, and she gave me Spider-Man 3 Blu-ray, and I've never watched that. I've just recently
Never watched Spider-Man.
No,
3.
I've seen the movie, but I've never watched that disc. I've never put it in to see if it
that
even
disc.
worked.
Oh, okay.
Since then,
shit.
since 2009, I've never seen Spider-Man 3 again until I bought the 4K collection of the trilogy, and I rewatched it. I thought it was hilarious. I didn't love the movie, but I thought it was very entertaining and very funny. That's not what I wanted back then, but I really liked it. So yeah, 4 movies basically right after I got the PS3 on Blu-ray. I've never put the discs in and played them ever. So it's just weird. Anyway, what's up, everybody? All 2 of you that are here in the chat.
Yo.
We got
PS3, did you say?
It was neither of those versions, I think. I can't tell what the one is on the.
Did you have the fat?
Is it? I couldn't tell what the other one was on your right.
Oh,
hand.
this is a super slim.
Okay, yeah.
Super slim.
I had the fat 60 gig.
Yeah, I got. Well, that's what I had. Well, actually, I think mine is. I feel like it's 40 gig, but I can't remember. I have the backwards compatible one.
Yeah, mine was, and I actually sold that. I got a good price for it. I forget how much I got. Probably like maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And
Even broken, I think they go for like 150.
yeah, I got close. I got close to 150. That was like 11 years, 12 years ago.
Yeah, you can get that for a broken one now.
Yeah, like nowadays they actually sell for higher, like in terms of like the PS2 one.
And then
I thought about it, but I'm sticking just playing with the PS2, either the retro tank. So it's
yeah. Like honestly, I would rather play PS2. Like it's a convenience thing. Like I can obviously it's easy to capture and do all that stuff. PS2 or easier, but like I have nostalgia for that the intro to the PS2 with the columns and all that shit. So
the PS3 did
like
do
that.
a nice enhancement though to the PS2 games. I was surprised. Shadow of the Colossus.
That's why I thought about it, because I was like, I'm pretty sure that probably looks.
It didn't hit. Yeah,
It
looks
just I
better,
think it
cleaner.
did like maybe some anti-aliasing, sharper quality.
Yeah.
It was definitely a noticeable visual upgrade. Frame rate, I'm guessing, played. Like Shadow of the Colossus, I don't know what its cap was,
I
but
don't know if it affected frame rates.
it ran at like 10 frames per second on PS2, so I don't know.
But
Literally.
they have to, the PS1 games also look really sharp.
PS1 games look good too. Yeah.
That's how I play the PS1 games on the PS3. I'll put it like
A lot of people forget that. I mentioned that in my video, but a lot of people forget
That's
that
such
all
a
PS3s can play PS1
Crazy.
games.
I'm amazed that they just kept that in throughout the whole life cycle. Like,
Yeah, I think that was the easiest because it was probably more of an emulation thing. I gotta look it up, but I don't remember. But the PS2, you couldn't do that because of the.
I thought it was like they
emotion.
put a damn PS1 in there. Like
They might have. I was saying they could have been.
I remember thinking inside I was like, essentially they got the PS1 architecture just in there so to run.
Maybe
Well, I know
just-
there's the EE in there. There's an emotion engine in there. They couldn't get around that, so that's one of the things that raised the price so much. So they were trying to, when they tried to cut the price down, they had to get rid of the PS2 capability. They didn't get rid of the PS1, so obviously that was cheap enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we got the Mario movie Galaxy Direct, which is just a short presentation.
I have not seen it.
We had the tease for the Xbox Helix next gen.
That's right. That was throughout this week.
I don't think there was anything else.
I'm a bit surprised.
Monster
Okay.
Hunter Stories 3 reviews have come out. I saw one.
Apparently, it's really good.
Headline said the
Mhm.
Switch 2 version doesn't run very well. I don't know how bad how bad it is, but
Yeah, I didn't look out. I did see this. He was saying some performance problems. In what way? I don't know. I haven't seen.
yeah,
So.
is it somebody making a big deal out of nothing, or is it really
Yeah.
really noticeable?
Because it's
choppy?
still like it's not like it's like, oh man, the reviews are really down on the Switch 2. Like they're
No.
very similar. So it's like I don't know if it's just like, maybe inconsistent or something. I don't know.
Pocopia came out. We talked about that last week, right?
Yeah, last week we talked about that.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Requiem sold at least 5 million in its first 4 days, and that's not that wasn't shipped. They said literally said shit or sold. Whether you can believe that, they didn't say shipped to stores or anything. Which I kind of could just tell. It's one of those things. Channels that I'm not really gaming channels were streaming it or uploading videos, and just like everybody was making videos on it. Yeah, it's like I really like it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where like you could like you said, you could tell when there's just a certain amount of people that are saying it that don't really talk about it, or just you start seeing numbers, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be the best that's gonna be the fastest selling of the franchise.
Yeah, I was not surprised.
Which it was.
But
yeah.
And I heard I didn't watch the whole video, but somebody was saying like it started off as like I don't know if it was a live service game with Leon, like some kind of weird just Leon action-y.
Yeah, that was from not live service. It was like a multiplayer co-op.
Oh, okay.
It was originally gonna be a co-op,
Like
kind of, I guess maybe Resident Evil 6 sort of thing.
And then they said it was something else before it turned into what it was. It's like how that's crazy that it.
That is crazy.
And then like the fact that they were able to blend. I got to be honest. I got to the Leon section. It's a departure from the early Grace stuff because they sprinkled some of his missions, but his main things in like a bigger open area. And I honestly it was kind of a buzzkill for me.
Oh, really?
So I haven't actually played it since like probably about 4 or 5 days now because I got to that part and I was just less thrilled. Actually, I restarted my second playthrough. I figured out I can get that missing upgrade I got because you can come back
for you. The game ends with Grace. That's
and I was like, yeah, I don't want to go through the Leon stuff again, but I still gotta finish. I think I'm pretty close to the end. And I switched to first person for Leon, and it just feels better for some reason. That section feels more like a not quite a Call of Duty, but it feels more like a first person game, shooting game. But so yeah, but yeah, I was kind of surprised at 5 million, I guess, in that short a span. But it's been a pretty popular franchise for a long time.
Yeah, I mean it's
30
that's
years.
the fastest selling so far. It's a new peak for them. So I'll be interested to see what it sells at lifetime.
Because I think 7 sold pretty well overall. I don't know about in the
Oh, I think the hold on. I don't.
8 was a
wrong,
bit
but
of
I feel
a
like,
8 was went down. It didn't sell as much as 7, I believe. Or at
well,
least the
yeah,
opening.
but not like a lot. These are not by a lot though. Like those are really good sales. I see.
Maybe it was the review scores that were down with 8. Maybe not the sales.
Even that they were like neck and neck though, the review scores.
Honestly, like,
everybody was all about the thick mamas.
but yeah, once you get out of that part, then
I think
it's like
I might prefer Village over 7 because I really
overall, yeah, as a Resident Evil game,
most people prefer Village over 7.
I think
I was seeing a lot of love for 7.
I think now, yeah, everyone's acting like 7
that
is
happens
the best.
that always happens.
Yeah, I guess.
But see, 7 didn't feel like a Resident Evil game to me. 8 did, but it just, I don't know. I like the in the castle stuff, and then you get out and it was just a little less. There's a couple really cool sections though. But I never was like, oh my god, I want to play it again with 7 or 8, to be honest.
So from what I'm seeing, Resident Evil, these are the highest selling. I'm seeing. Well, interesting. I think that I'm surprised it's number 1, even though like I know it did well, but like I don't know. Is Resident Evil 2 remake 2019, 16.8 million.
Damn.
Resident Evil 7 number 2, 16.4 million.
You know, I guess I did remember that right.
And yeah, I mean, if we're looking at the other one, Resident Evil Village is number 6 at 13.5 million. So they still a lot of these.
Yeah, still
really
well.
It
was a drop.
It's not
off.
as high, but it's
Well, I can understand that because it's like that was the first new one in a while.
It was
right?
the first. Yeah, no.
So I get there was more excitement around it, whatever.
And if you notice, there's a lot of. I feel like with a lot of things, when you think about it, when it's like comes to a trilogy sort of thing, it always dips with the second, comes back higher with the third.
Yeah, it does that all the time.
You notice that.
Did you see the
Tears of the Kingdom?
Yep, exactly.
That in-game comparison.
Star Wars.
The comparison between PC and PS5 for the in-game character models.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Like the PC, like I'm guessing, like the maxed out PC.
I did see the
in-game.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but you know, with the cinematics, it's not as noticeable. But I did notice, you know, there's some shots where I've took a Grace where it's like, you know, the lighting looks a little off, but they gotta save performance somewhere. But I was shocked. Unless this video's fake, it looks like completely different. It almost looks like a completely different character model. Like it's
every time you say Grace, I think of Grace Randolph. I'm like, why are we talking about her? Oh wait a minute, you talking about Resident Evil?
Grace
Ashcroft. The 3rd and 4th best-selling Resident Evil games, because this is actually crazy to me. This I feel like would be controversial.
So look at
Resident
this.
Evil 5
I don't know how to rewind a short on PC. Oh, there it is.
Isn't that technically controversial? Yo? That. Yeah,
look at
that.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like it's something you would.
That looks like a different person.
Like, literally, like.
Yeah.
Check it out, but yeah, I mean, like that's a big difference, man.
Leon, I mean, the setting for Leon, you can tell the general geometry is the same, but the lighting just is just
the lighting that changes things.
Like that is crazy. Like
that's bonkers.
I don't think the PS5 Pro version's that bad because I've never seen her character model.
No, I was gonna say the PS5
what kind of
Pro
PC
version,
is that?
The PS5 Pro version is like the PC version up top. I remember seeing.
It's not quite to that level, but
or like very close though.
You know me.
Because that looks like what my Steam Deck would do.
Yeah.
On a PS5.
Yeah, that looks like the Switch to PS5 comparison.
And then also the 4th best-selling Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 6, 15.6 million.
15? Jesus.
I hate that game because everybody bought that bid though.
That's crazy. Well, that's why it put it kind of on hiatus for a little bit.
Well, yeah, but it still sold really well.
It sold so well. That's interesting. And then number 5 is Resident Evil 4, 2005, the original.
Reminds me of Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Yeah.
Oh, the hate that bit was the highest selling Paper Mario game. Shut the fuck up. Buy a lot.
Hey man, I don't see the Dark Side Chronicles on this list, man. I only see the Umbrella Chronicles on there at 1.3 million.
Umbrella made it? Damn.
On the 19th bestseller. Well, it's 1.3. It's like the 19th bestseller.
It must be the Wii version putting them over the top.
Yeah, but my thing is, I mean, Dark Side Chronicles demolishes Umbrella. It's not even close in my opinion. Like, I actually legit think Umbrella's a bad game.
Umbrella is a bad game. It's a bad game.
It's just crazy because they have like the same Metacritic score, and I'm like, are you putting
No,
stuff on
nobody
Dark?
I know likes Umbrella Chronicles. Like
That's crazy.
nobody.
Awesome. Dark Side's really cool, but
You'll find somebody defending anything. I never hear anybody defend Umbrella Chronicles.
Which one is
actually,
that?
Resident Evil 4 remake is the 7th highest. That was fast at 12.2 million.
Wow.
I
These
mean,
Resident Evil games, man, they sell really well. I know that makes sense, but like I didn't think
they-
they sold this.
And
well,
they just
to be honest.
quietly sell and sell and sell. You know, they have discounts. Obviously, they go down to
Yeah.
$20 or some shit. But
yeah,
whatever, it's still a sale.
So-
for sure.
I don't know if it's
Oh, we're gonna get copyright. Turn that shit off.
It's really
Yeah,
just the
put the,
lighting
volume
on the
up.
face. I don't think it's as game changing. It's just making her face darker, but maybe it's. I mean,
Well, I
it
feel like
has
that's a
it
bad
has a
spot.
drastic difference for sure. But I wonder if
a bad
it's
spot that
I
to
wonder
put
if
it
it's
on.
in a well lit area, how much different it
Well,
would
they
be.
gotta just go to the subway where everyone compares.
I
They
don't
gotta
know. I
put it in-
haven't. Oh wait, here we go. This looks like an in-game character model.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, it's
I don't think it's not as big.
actually it actually isn't as huge difference as I
No,
remember.
it's
I saw
definitely
it
an
before.
improvement, but it's not.
No, but it's definitely different.
Yeah.
Like you said, it just shows what shadows and lighting
Yeah.
does for global illumination. But
She's been doing meth.
That reminds me of when I played Control. You get on the elevator and you like look at the character. It has that same, just really bad face, like with bag, like looks like bags under the eyes when there's no actual lighting that actually hits the character model. And then I saw like, the PC ray trace version, and I'm like, holy shit! Like it's just crazy what real lighting can do. I mean, without changing really anything else. I mean, lighting can transform a scene. So. But yeah, I'm still liking the game. I did hook the PS5 back up in my living room because otherwise I'll never use my TV upstairs. So I did put it back up there last.
I did.
The last time I played was probably Wednesday, and big drop off in the surround sound effects. So man, it was crazy how much better. Like just hearing stuff around you, above you. It's one of the best sounding gaming experiences I've ever experienced. So back in the day, it was Dead Space on the 360 on my 5.1 system back in the day. That blew me away. So, but all right. Other than that, what else? What's Pocopia? Pocopia? What is it called? Pokemon?
Pocopia?
Pocopia.
You said it right.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any type of sales news or anything related.
What was
to
that Lenny said?
Yeah,
up top?
they didn't.
Lenny said-
anything.
Pocopia sent Nintendo hate channels into the Phantom Zone. I've seen so many posts on social media of people buying a Switch 2 at full price to boot, not the discounted Black Friday deals.
Must
Well,
be
it's funny,
Pokemon
like,
fans or just
I
people.
ain't gonna lie. I
Pocopia.
checked. I was curious. I was checking. What's it called? Nintendine, just to see what his titles are nowadays. And I didn't even watch a video, but like it's just like I mean, talk about just stretching to try to make something negative, man. Like there's nothing negative going on right now. Just stretching. It's hilarious because I'm like, what are we talking about? Like this, we're in a moment where they released a game that a lot of people enjoy, and
I saw. I didn't watch the video, but someone said it's basically exactly like Dragon Quest Builders 2. Like it was like a side by side. I just watched the little thumbnail, like few second animation, and it looked like they were saying it was the exact same game. Obviously, that's retro death level exaggerating.
Well, I think was that the Good Vibes Gaming?
Shade.
It might have been.
Yeah, it's same developer, and
Well,
again, that's I'm looking forward to it in that way. But also, like, yeah, I mean, just that is if someone were to actually say it's the same game, is definitely a retro dig.
I mean, the videos on this game aren't like getting huge numbers. I guess the direct at 1.2 million. That was 5 months ago, though.
Yeah,
Like it's not
I
getting your typical.
I don't personally. I'll be honest with you. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. I don't think this game's gonna sell like
I don't.
some
Yeah,
crazy number.
I don't think the Pokemon
I don't
fans
particularly
are gonna.
think so. I mean, maybe it will be some huge, but I
I
actually
think
don't.
the
I think it
Dragon
could be an
Quest Builder
evergreen
Animal
title.
Crossing fans might be
maybe I think it could be an evergreen title where over time sells some stuff.
Well,
But
let's look.
I don't
I'll
particularly think it's
compare
gonna be
that
so
to the
crazy.
Pokemon Winds and Waves videos. See if
I would think that would be higher, but I don't. I mean,
where's the official 2.5 million in 10 days versus 1.2 in 5 months for
yeah,
Copia.
yeah. I mean, again, like we'll see. I mean, I think it'll be a good seller for them, but I don't know if it's gonna be like, oh man, this broke 15 million units.
Yeah, I would
Like I
Well,
don't
honestly.
see
hey,
that.
people were skeptical before,
No, for sure.
and
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
I would. I'll just say I won't be surprised if it does like some crazy astronomical
yeah, I
numbers.
mean, I would I guess I would be surprised, but not. I guess it depends on how astronomical they're talking. I don't know. I don't know. You know,
I
because
think 20 million is
oh, wait, if it did 20
easy.
million, yeah, I mean that would be like damn for
Actually, I
me.
haven't watched
I would be
anything on
very
this
surprised.
on Monster Hunter Stories. I know it's changed the topic or not related to Pokemon, but
Yeah, this game kind of blew me away when they first
it
showed it
looks
off.
great.
I mean visually,
Yeah,
this game looks incredible. I think
I could see why it could have
this
some
art style is
performance issues.
amazing.
It's a pretty
yeah.
big
I mean, it
open
looked great
area.
on the 3DS. This art style.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what the next gen Zelda could look like. I mean, I'd hope it would
I think it looked better than
copy
this.
it, but yeah, that shot don't look as good. That's a cutscene. But Capcom's, I mean, they're pretty much killing it these days.
Yeah,
yeah.
they firing on all cylinders. They had a period of time where it looked rough, where
Yeah,
like mid Wii U era, like they looked like they were almost down and out. Um, they started putting out a bunch of remasters and ports of Resident Evils and
I
all
like
kind of
that
stuff. And
character.
Monster Hunter picked up. Monster Hunter
Yeah, it was the
World,
Monster Hunters was basically their lifesaver during the bad
yeah,
days.
on 3DS, and then on the other consoles with Worlds. So
I think Worlds and then Resident Evil 7 kind of really kick-started
and then Resident Evil
their
7 came. I said, oh,
resurrection.
they can still do Resident Evil games. This is
Don't
good.
what's that is it Animusha? Animusha?
I don't know, I can't think with this dude talking in the background. It's hard for me to
Oh,
think.
sorry. I didn't know. I forgot it wasn't muted. It's
Yeah,
muted for
thank
me.
you.
Oh, is
No,
it
I
muted
heard.
for you?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
cuz
was we were just talking.
Yeah, he did. He was
sorry.
just babbling. I couldn't hear myself think.
I don't even know. I forget what video this is. This Switch Up probably. Um but what is the Animusha? Isn't there a new one coming this year or is it not dated?
Yes, I think it's this year.
And then they did like
Uh,
a like kind of a remake of 2, I think, but I think that
well, you
came and
got
went.
Pragmata coming out next month.
Pragmata.
Pragmata's coming.
That
Very
That's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
soon.
saying. I'm surprised. Like back to back to back, each
It's a
month
good. It's a
is
good demo. I
is
enjoyed it.
that. Do you
And
think that'll maybe limit some of these other shit? I mean, like, damn, I don't know if you'd want to space them out a little bit more, but
Yeah, they might be pulling a Ubisoft. They
mhm.
need to chill
that's
out
what
a
I'm
little bit.
thinking. Something like that, where
I
it's like,
didn't
yeah,
Dragon Quest Stories 2 kind of I think that underperformed if I'm not mistaken, like sales wise. I feel
I
like
mean,
it
Dragon was. Are you talking about this one, Monster Hunter Stories?
Monster Hunter
Monster Hunter
Stories 2.
Stories.
Did I say Dragon? I meant
I would
Monster Hunter.
say,
Well,
I guess not, because they made a third one.
Yeah.
yeah, what?
That the
And
animation on that
it had
on that
issues. I know it had issues on Switch with
Yeah, I know
the
it had performance issues on Switch
performance
1.
issues.
like that
Yeah.
animation looks fun. Like the actual dragon
Oh, I
looks
never got
amazing.
it. I played the shit out of the first one though on 3DS. love
I
that
kind
game.
of want to see
I
what
mean,
the
like legit, I think this is one of the best looking art styles we've seen in a game. To be honest, I think this looks amazing.
obviously I feel like the characters and the monsters got the
Like
focus.
I love this looking world. It looks so
Yeah.
cool to me.
That
Still
shot looks very
this looks
Breath
really
of the
good.
Wild.
Like this makes me want
meets
to play the game.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Mm-hmm. Like this
Yeah,
shot.
I mean, that's why like I ain't gonna lie, like I was tempted to pick up Monster Hunter Story 2. I think it also looked visually awesome. And then I didn't,
hope
and then I'm like, but then this one I'm like, all right, I definitely will play this game. At some point.
I'm
Like,
gonna grab
this
two.
seems good.
I hope the Switch 2 like helps the frame rate on that bit.
On 2? I don't
Yeah.
know if that was.
I need to
Capcom.
I need to look it up. Yeah, I need to look it up and see if it does actually help. I'm sure there's a video somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, I think let me just Capcom games, because I do feel like they have some other games that are coming up that's like, hey man, you may want to slow down a bit. I know that's next year they got the whole new Mega Man 2D game, which admittedly I don't think looks amazing, but It just kind of
Is
Yeah, you saw that the Pocopia like sold out the key cards.
Yeah, I saw they sold out.
Yeah,
you know,
but I think they just didn't have that many
me too.
because
That's what I
they
think,
probably were
yeah.
listening to like because a lot of people were upset about that. It's like, why are you
Yeah.
putting this shit on a key card?
Mhm.
I get it that it's a third party developer, but it's a first party goddamn IP. What are we doing here? So maybe they just heard that and figured nobody really cared for it, or not that many people cared for it. But they're like doing pre-orders for round 2
Yeah,
of
I do see
prints and whatnot. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yes, that I mean that's to be fair, that's good news in terms of sales. That for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
That's great.
I mean,
For
I mean, Ayers has a crazy hot take. I think there's no shot. But he says that lifetime sales will be higher than the next mainline Pokemon game. I think.
What?
yeah, I think you tripping on that, especially
think
Lifetime of
if
Pocopia?
you
No
can
way.
get me to come around on Pokemon, like I think, yeah,
I'll say
it's
I'll
gonna
put
be
out-
hard to beat that game. I
That's
think
what
that game
I'll
will
say.
do.
I'll say that the next Pokemon will be the highest or the fastest selling of whatever that week is. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that bitch is gonna move some Switch 2s
'Cause I think
because
that
it's
game
Switch 2
possibly-
only as well. So yeah,
It's gonna be hard to pass Sword and Shield's lifetime sales though.
overall, yeah. But I think as a I just think like the fastest
Will it?
selling.
Will it with the fastest selling game
Just-
console of all time? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't know. I think
What's Sword and Shield?
25 probably.
Here, let's see again.
25
up there.
total.
Let's
You don't think
see.
Pokemon? You don't think a Pokemon game
I think the Switch
That-
2 would have
that
to
people
hit.
ain't complaining about? That looks good. Hopefully
know.
runs
I
really
think
well.
the Switch 2 would have to also have over like 150 million
I know, that's
install
the
base.
other-
Well, I know Sword and
so
Shield came out. It didn't.
Pokemon Scarlet actually.
Is it Scarlet
I tell you,
Violet?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet outsold Sword and Shield.
Did it?
Yeah, it's at 28.08
Damn,
million.
I didn't know that one got up.
Yeah,
that
I was
high.
gonna say you're talking about Sword and Shield. I didn't think that was the highest one.
And Pokemon Sword and
'Cause
Shield.
I was
but not
thinking-
far, but not far
I was-
behind it.
I was thinking
27.
that this one had to do 20 or this one had to do like 30 to beat.
But with
that.
all
And I
the
don't-
issues
I
at
don't
launch,
think that's
people-
crazy.
those
I
fuckers
remember
still
Scarlet
bought
and
that.
Violet
game.
was the fastest selling
Right.
Nintendo game.
That's what I'm saying. All the
First-
shit that people talked about it, all those
Well, that
problems
did
at
get-
launch, that been sold that well. I can see this shit moving. First of all, it's gonna move hardware.
Yeah, I'll definitely sell massive amounts of PS or Switch 2s, but at that point, how many Switch 2s will be out there?
PS2s. It's gonna move some PS2s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might.
Yeah, it's gonna move PS2s, all right, because they're gonna move that number up again. 160. Oh, they're getting closer. Oh, we found another 2 million, you motherfuckers.
But actually, but Sword and Shield is only 1 million behind Scarlet and Violet. That's crazy. So they really sell to the same amount of people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's good.
So you're gonna get it. I think you're gonna get at least that. I think you're gonna get more because again, this shit ain't a shot in the foot version of the game. It's actually gonna be a good
Unless,
game.
yeah.
Looks good, unless they screw up somewhere.
Yeah, I just think
Like
you gotta
they
have-
got me back. I'm
Unless
I'm
they're
coming back to
bullshotting.
Pokemon because it is. But yeah, unless they're bullshotting, but I don't think they're doing.
Because Scarlet Violet looked
Like-
pretty good in the initial tease. I remember thinking, wow, that looks pretty damn good.
It's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I'll be curious because I mean, obviously you think about like, oh man, how many Switch 2s will be out by then? Like what is the number gonna be by then? And to
In
be fair, though,
27, it could be 60 million. I mean, it could be more. 70.
I mean, yeah, yes. It could,
What's it up to right now?
It's at 17.
Okay.
Last time they said.
So we'll
I
say
don't think that's a little high. but
45 to 50 max.
Yeah, something like 40-ish.
But it's going to keep selling, obviously, for
Yeah,
years.
so that's why I'm like, I don't know if, but again, yeah, lifetime. I think you could see it doing well, like more, because the first, Sword and Shield came out, what was that, 2020? So, and that's so it was 3 years after.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you don't have to sell 20 million right away.
yeah.
It just over time, it's gonna do that. And what is Switch
Well, 2019
2 gonna be at?
2019. So it did sell over time. Sword and Shield sold over time a lot. I mean,
Switch 2 could be at like what, 40, 45 at that
Mhm.
point?
something maybe.
So
Depends on when. If it's late 27, it could be, 50.
Well, yeah, if it's late 27, I'm thinking 47.
it's late 27. It's definitely gonna be over 50. But
You think?
I think it's gonna be early. Yeah, watch. Oh, and by the way, I'm putting my thumb my thumb on the scale here. There will be a 3D Mario this year. I just feel it. I don't know. I just
After
feel
that
like it will
direct,
be.
after the Galaxy movie direct, I know you didn't see it, but Miyamoto says that this is the big event for Mario's 40th anniversary. This is the main centerpiece. He said.
Of course it is, because it's a goddamn movie coming out soon. He gonna say that shit. Of course he will. That
Yes.
moves me not at all.
He wants, yeah, they want another billion at the
That
box.
worried me because I was like,
Right.
I'm like, oh, if that's your centerpiece for the year, I
You
mean,
know
then
what?
That's
I say
That's
there's
tough.
0% chance of a 3D Mario game, a new one.
zero.
I'm saying
I don't know
zero.
why would it be zero?
I wouldn't say zero.
like,
I was
that feels like a
thinking-
retro take.
I was
Because
thinking that
DK
was-
Bonanza, if we're right, and a lot of the Mario team worked on that game.
Well, no, but
Mhm.
still, it's still gonna be, even if it's a lot of the Mario, there's still a lot of
For
other
Switch
working on
One,
3D Mario.
I
teams.
just say
don't
I'll
know.
put money on.
What?
There's no 3D
did they
Mario
start
this year.
DK Bonanza like in 2017? When did they start that?
I mean, it
Well,
was
no,
a Switch
I
One
think
game.
what
I think
happened is that they got, again, they eventually split and now majority are back on the 3D Mario game, but like Koizumi was not in the credits of Bonanza, so he was also producing a 3D Mario game during the time at some point. So he's been making that. So
I
that's
tell
why
you
it
what,
could
I'll be
come out
willing to
this year.
bet it. I'll be willing to make a bet.
I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just saying I just feel like it is.
I will. I mean, I
Mhm.
hope so. It'd be. Sweet,
I mean,
but-
obviously, I hope so too. But I'm, I don't know, man. I'm nervous.
I'm just confused as like I mean, Breath of the Wild. I mean, excuse me. Odyssey came out in 2017. I don't
Mhm.
give a shit about no Donkey Kong.
They did do Bowser's Fury. That took some team. I don't know how big of a team, but it took some level of team.
that 2-hour
And-
DLC.
In Donkey
No,
Kong,
no, come on. That still probably took at least
No,
a couple. Years.
what? It took what?
Took a couple years, man.
Man,
You know
the
it
engine was
definitely
there.
they,
Yeah,
I,
Did
but
it take
games take forever, no matter what. Like, if for some reason these small ass
Yeah, but first of all, the whole team was not on that.
It wasn't the
No.
whole staff.
Right, the whole team wasn't on that. So
I feel like 20 people worked on that game.
No. We have the credits.
that's
because
probably more.
It's way more than 20 people. It's way more than 20 people.
Well, even a game that says they have a studio of 40 has credits of 200 people.
No,
so-
I know, but you could see like who worked on it. Like, I'm not gonna count like the marketing, the marketing or the lawyers.
You got the localization for every language gets put in the credits. You know,
Yeah,
like,
got 1,000 people doing that
To be
shit.
fair, though, they did work on that game because they had to localize it. To be fair, to those people, but
Yeah.
no, like I still, I mean, I don't know, man.
it's crazy though that
Koizumi was not in Donkey Kong Bonanza, aka they've been working on a 3D Mario. Where and when? Could it be this year? I think so. I really thought it was going to be this year until Miyamoto said that, and now my players are like,
Show, okay, this will be a first, but show me a new Nintendo console that didn't have a 3D Mario out within a year of the console. I can't think of one.
how about
with
And that
Sunshine.
goes for handhelds as well.
Yeah,
now? But how about?
I don't
how
think the
about,
DS
I
got a
can't
new
think-
one. The DS didn't get a new one.
You
But
got what do you mean?
He got new
Mario
Super Mario Brothers.
64.
New Super Mario Brothers.
No, you said 3D though.
Yeah, but DS. I mean,
I know.
I just meant I didn't say 3D at all. I said a Mario game.
Oh, did you? I guess I was
Yeah.
hearing what I wanted to hear. There.
Yeah, it could be 2D. Well, I know. I'm
I
just
guess,
saying
Okay.
it's never happened in the history.
Well, they
of
probably
Nintendo.
count Mario Wonder DLC as a
Nah,
new.
they-
Man, hey, Nintendo, you never know. They could be counting that bit.
I mean,
think
they-
realistically,
They
I
gave it
think-
a
I
tree
think-
house for Christ's sakes. Like,
That's
I think it-
craziness.
I think they got Donkey Kong Bonanza and maybe they're spacing out that team by a couple years and maybe it's early 2027. On March 2027.
I think
possible.
it would have been great to have it out near the movie release if they're gonna have it. But
Right. Well, obviously that probably couldn't happen. I'm sure they probably wanted to. I'm sure they wanted to have Zelda come out this year. That would have been
a new
amazing.
Zelda.
Movie.
Oh, I was like, well, here's a question. Do you think there's a brand new Zelda coming out next year?
No.
you're saying. I'm saying no. Also,
No, it would have to be the team who made
I'm saying 28
the Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom.
at the
Maybe
earliest.
maybe a top-down Zelda, but I don't expect
Yeah.
like the open air Zelda, whatever that'd be.
Lady Rice says Nintendo's never been managed by Furukawa. Hey, you got me there. You got me there.
Yeah,
I
I forgot about the Zelda movie. I mean, there'd been no other leaks, I guess. I haven't seen any other set photo leaks or anything since that.
Yeah, they probably locked that they probably locked that shit down after that shit happened. They didn't want none of that shit out there.
Seeing, this was a little bit, but it was something also very minor, nothing crazy. But I remember.
God, I hope that movie's good.
Yeah,
I hope it's good.
for sure.
Like,
I don't want it to be feel like a streaming movie or some shit. Like be cinematic and I mean they got the right people. But
what did you think of the last?
Yeah, Mario Galaxy came out within the year. I mean, it was exactly like 1 year after. It's like essentially if it was a 3D.
Hey,
Mhm.
if you can tell me what I can't
I
think of
thought
one.
Sunshine was pushing past.
Sunshine was the following summer. No,
Was it?
it came out summer of 02.
Technically, if a 3D Mario came out this November, that would be the longest wait because it came out in June, the console, instead of November.
That would be
November.
the longest wait.
So I mean,
when did 3D Land come out? Was that in the first year?
That was the same year. That was November.
That was the same year. It was that fall. That's what turned the 3DS around.
Yeah. What was it? November.
Mario Kart 7 in that
November slot. Yeah, November 3rd.
What? And then when was Link
November
Link
8th,
Between
13th.
Worlds? Was that the next year? Or was that the same year?
Link Between Worlds was 2014. No, 13.
Yeah, it was 13 because same day as 3D World.
3D World.
Crazy.
That's one of the best
which was
gaming release days of all time, man.
I don't think you'll ever
great
get
day.
that again because of one platform. They don't want to do that.
That
I'm
was
sure.
crazy though. I remember Metroid
they
Prime,
did that.
Metroid Fusion. That was another
That was beautiful too. That was beautiful.
That's it. But again, I don't think they'll do that again with the one platform. You know what I mean?
Well, they got one they got one platform now.
With one platform, I don't think they would want to do that.
We'll get back to the Zelda movie because I don't remember you. Maybe you did, and my memory isn't the best for certain things. But did you ever talk about that fourth Apes movie directed by the guy who's directing the Zelda movie?
Yeah, I actually re-listened to a podcast I recently talked about that.
Did you? It went in one ear and out the
I
other.
thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good movie, and it's.
I heard nothing but good things about it.
When I saw that movie, I was
never
like,
watched it, but...
okay, I have complete faith in this guy, because, I only saw his Maze Runners before that, which they're not.
I watched
movies,
the first
but,
one.
But directed are well, and I think like the design was well. Like I think like he did the best he could with the.
I would say he can't help what his material is and who he has in the movie.
And he was
a little bit more able to kind of do more.
And wasn't he pushing for the Zelda movie? Like, didn't he have a story, or was it already written?
He said he's a fan of Zelda, that he's been wanting to do this, and he's always had an idea of what he wanted to do for a Zelda movie. And
me too.
Sounds like he's the one, pushing for filming in New Zealand type things. Like he wants to
find my treatment. Hold on.
And that's why for me, I'm like, he seems like a guy that will have craft a well-made movie for this, and like I have faith in it.
I know the New Zealand isn't guaranteed for quality, but that's just knowing that they're gonna do that versus green screen and the volume shit, or whatever they call the screens with the projected.
I mean, that's big,
because
these were my best friends throughout my life here, my composition notebooks, and I had one for fucking Zelda. I can't find it. I wrote a fucking 40-page treatment for a Zelda movie.
See, every time I try to think of something, I can't come up with something other than just robbing, from one of the games. Like, I can't think of
I totally robbed from my favorite game, Ocarina of Time, but it was perfectly cinematic, and I was like, yeah, why not take from that, But yeah, I had to look at a lot of that.
We got the word. I'm worried about what are the enemies? Are they going to be human beings? The Pacabas are going to change them so they're not just CG creatures. Are they going to do prosthetics?
That I do think they'll go CG personally.
I think you kind of.
My biggest worries is,
but they don't have to look like the current Breath of the Wild, Like I remember the
Make
shake.
them look like orcs. And
Well, I
shit,
don't want
you
them
know?
to look like the live action Super Mario Brothers. Make them.
But like I remember the Wind Waker, I was like, what are these stupid looking characters? Like I didn't like what they had done to them. They don't have to. They don't have to be that whimsical big head bobblehead looking thing. But
Well, that was just for the look of the game.
yeah, yeah.
They worked for that
Bef-
game.
But so you could make them just something completely different, and then just make them be humans and prosthetics like the orcs, but or the
I'm also
Urkai.
curious. Do you guys think this movie's gonna be?
I hope that's
PG-13?
what they do.
It's gonna be
Do you think
PG-13. I think
Yeah.
so.
Do you think it might be PG though?
No.
They might. They might.
Nah.
You don't think they might?
If they
push
do
for-
that, that would be dumb because
it would be dumb.
I mean
But
for the
I'm not-
film,
I'm
I
not-
think
Percy, I'm not. I would not be surprised.
because
It happens.
I've said this before. The Narnia movie, that battle at the end of the first movie was so for a PG movie, it was so dumbed down and lame that it was just like after
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, you can't have a PG battle sequence.
And typically, I mean, it is so hard to get a live action movie.
Especially
PG.
with the themes you should
Nowadays?
have for a Zelda movie, the themes alone would get it PG-13.
Yeah, it has to
That's
be.
what
It
I'm
has to
saying.
be
Like
PG-13.
you would think, but I would not be surprised. and I
PG would be
worried.
too. That shit
I
would
would
be
be
too
worried.
cake and ice cream. You couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is because I agree with T. I don't want it to look like a TV series, but when I think of some fantasy TV shows, what they were able to do with like tiny budgets, like it's a show called Legend of the Seeker that was like 20 years ago, and then there was the
I remember that.
what was the one with the butler dude? Is it a Chronicles title? It was on
Butler.
MTV, then it was on Spike TV.
Shannara? No.
Shannara, yeah, the
Shannara, yeah. Shannara.
Like, yeah, it was for a TV series. It looked good. For a movie, it would look bad. But I mean, just to see what
Yeah.
people could do with like, I don't even know how many episodes.
Hell,
that was.
The Dark Crystal on Netflix. I thought that looked fantastic. I mean, obviously, it still had like a TV feel to it. I mean, it had to, but it had some really good scope in it. And they just said they weren't going to renew it. Like, yeah, no shit. What was you going to what were you going to renew that show for? It literally leads right into the movie
Mhm.
from the 80s. So I mean, what are you going to do?
One thing I want to see. I know they're not going to shoot it on film, but some of these movies they shoot it digitally, then they produce a negative on film and rescan that to get a little bit of that filmic look. And they did it for Dune Part 2 for sure. And I know there was some other movies and people have said, and I was like, oh yeah, I thought that movie looked great. But then I watched like Tron Ares, and it just looks like a TV commercial. Like it just looks so like clean and just fake looking because
Well, what do? It has to be clean. You're talking about you're supposed to be in a digital world.
yeah. But
It's
even like
going-
they're in the real world most of the movie, and it's the
I don't know.
lighting.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's the lighting. It's the cinematography. It just feels so TV like TV
like a
show.
Tyler Perry movie.
So it felt like a commercial. Like I said, there's one scene. It's like a damn TV commercial. It's so badly shot to me. Like Corridor Crew.
Stop putting Jared Leto and shit.
He's
Did you see
actually
them on what was it? ABC in the morning or something?
no.
Nico, this is his name, Nico, the one with the long hair. I think he's like long blonde hair. He was on talking about AI and how to spot AI because you know the whole social media and people not knowing what was AI and was not. I was like, what the hell? I was surprised to see him on ABC in the morning or whatever it was. Whatever one that has Al Roker.
So
on
who was
that, 'cause
on
they were-
there?
One of the guys from Corridor Crew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has a mustache. I don't.
The
I don't
main
remember
guy,
the damn
kind
name.
of the curly blonde hair.
I guess he's kind of the main. Yeah, curly. Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I had to stop on my tracks.
It's funny though because before I want to finish. I do want to say Jared Leto was my favorite part of Tron Ares. Believe it or not, I was stunned.
Yeah, I'm just fucking.
But yeah,
with it.
his movies usually
don't do too well recently.
But as far as the AI thing, like my old supervisor was fooled by terrible non-AI videos back in the day that he thought were real. Like he was like 60 years old. He's like, look at this. It was like a truck doing like a wheelie. Unless thought he was gonna fool me. I could never tell because I said, dude, that's fake. That's like a remote control car. They just edited into real life. I never could tell. So either he's really good at just like, or he was just trying to fool me, or he was actually fooled. And I'm just like every AI, like every video now. Like I saw one yesterday. I don't go out and watch them. I mean, I'm just scrolling through my feed,
Yeah, you're just scrolling.
and it was like it was two major actors. I don't know if
Doom scrolling.
and it looks so freaking real. Like it wasn't one of the fight scenes that there's a lot popping up with and they all have like the same camera swoops
Tom
out.
Cruise and
And it was just like there's just two dudes and I'm like that looks so fucking real. Like and I saw one and like I was like this AI? There's no way this is real. Yeah. And you like zoom in and you can see like the bumps on the skin. Like it's crazy. It's like if that's real, the lighting hitting like
just... The Corridor Crew guy was explaining one of the early, quick, easier tells is that AI takes a lot of computing and whatnot, and most, if it's fake, the video is going to be probably under 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it just takes so much computing to do these videos. So that's like your first tell. And then he started talking about like lettering. There was one where there's a car crash or whatever, and the taxi said tax. And then the word tax turned into fear or some shit or far. And he's like, yeah, these are the things that AI struggles with. Fingers and people in the background were like, talk about Phantom Zone. People in the background were like warping into the Phantom Zone, just disappearing and shit in the background. So
well, that's the thing though about the whole under 15 seconds is if you're watching like Reels or Instagram or TikTok, which
that's what they are anyway. Yeah,
all people all watch are 15 seconds or below, and that's another reason.
Well, he was just saying that was the first tell.
No, for sure.
The videos aren't very long, but that's what I was thinking at the time. I was like, well, those doom scroll videos aren't that long. They're they're usually short anyway, even if they weren't AI. So
there was a long form one, but it said like it was made by somebody. I'm guessing they've been working on it. They took like the toy versions of the main Transformers and just made them look realistic. I talked about this before, and it was like 2 minutes long. It's just a generic city backdrop, but I was like, that took a lot of. I mean, if it was AI, obviously it took.
No, it was AI. I remember when you looked at you go to the creator and the dude is the AI.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of the problem is the prompt can't hold up the fidelity for a long period of time. Even like so eventually like your characters or your people will start warping and looking weird, especially if they're moving around a lot. He said another tell was the Adam's apple. If it's not matching, I was like, wow, that's a really good one. The Adam's apple, if you can see it in the video, you could see like how it moves versus how the person is talking. And I was like, oh, that's good. That's a good one.
That's absurd that we got to look at Adam's apples. Just to
you got to look at. You know what I'm saying? You used to have to look at Adam's apples for a different thing back in the day. Are you what you say you are?
It's just crazy. Like, I mean, in one hand, if it can be used to lighten, these CGI companies have been like basically, I wouldn't say there's slave shops or whatever, but they've been just like working like sweatshops, like just ridiculous hours, especially during like peak like Marvel and when the theater, when people were still going to the theater, all the time. And
it's so weird. I was just having this conversation with my teacher's aide this afternoon,
and it's like
about how
like I've said this many times, like The Flash is a good example, like a lot, even some of the Star Wars movies at the last second, say last second, but like in the release year they're like, oh shit, this didn't test well, we're going to do a whole new ending, like, and get this. So their work, I don't know if they get paid for the work that gets scrapped, if the studios are that make the decision, if they still have to pay for the work of the CG companies. One video I saw made it sound like they didn't. They just got paid for the final product, which would be stupid if you're like, oh, we're cutting this part out, so all that work you just spent 6 months on is gone. Like if it can get where it's not just everybody's just gonna click a button and it takes. I mean, I guess if the end result is really like really great looking visual effects in a great movie, at the end result, if you didn't know it was AI created, would you care? Like, if the end result is something phenomenal looking in a great movie that was still made and, the with people and stuff, but they just had some AI do some visual effects.
I think a lot of people wouldn't care. Me personally, I feel, because I'm personally invested in the arts, that would still bother me. But I think you're probably right. The average person won't give a shit.
It just bothers me how much.
I would say probably already doesn't give a shit, But my thing is yeah, it would suck because it's like, it wouldn't realistically, a lot of it wouldn't be just, oh well, a human alongside making the AI. It'd be one dude I've been on the prompt to make that shot, and then no other visual artists are really going to be involved with it. So it's that's tough, man. That's tough because it's like, that's where it's like, it's what sucks about AI. And I know a lot of people, oh, AI slamming stuff. The problem is it looks good. That's the problem. Is it looks real. And to me, it's like, I don't want to sit here and act like, oh no, that doesn't look real. It looks real as hell. What are we talking about? Yeah. Like, there's so many videos that's the problem.
They needed to get it to look real without having generic backgrounds and just always the same kind of shots. Now maybe somebody, a talented person can guide it better, or maybe as it gets better. But yeah, the Tom Cruise versus Brad Pitt, like, yeah, we're watching on our phone, so let's not pretend like we're seeing this on
big blowed up screen,
a high def 4K 200-foot screen in the theater. Like, would it be able to do that? It might be.
Will it hold up?
It might be able to. I mean, sorry, like,
I honestly think it would, because it outputs high resolutions. Like, it's not like it's just like, it's some little like.
Yeah, but what he's saying is, it's not just a resolution. He's saying, will it look as uncanny on a big ass screen?
Yeah, because I mean,
on a little screen in your hand.
Just going from just
will it hold up to scrutiny the same?
And maybe it will be able to
yeah, maybe it will. I'm not saying it won't. He's just saying that is a good question.
How much, processing power? I mean, it already takes a ridiculous amount of processing power for these special effects studios to render stuff. But a lot of times, here's one of the potential positives. I should share with you guys this video. I think I shared it in the chat like 3 weeks ago. I don't know if no one replied, so I don't know if they watched it. Guy made a video on why some movies will never look better than they did 20 years ago, is because the switch between analog to digital, those early movies, they only have like if you're lucky, a 2K version of that movie to go off of. They're not pulling a film negative out and you can rescan it at high quality. Most of the visual effects, the movies that were actually a digital file when they first switched over, are just trapped at 2K. The only way to get those will be to have AI like look at every frame and upscale, which there's been a couple upscaled 2Ks, like Happy Death Day is one of them that looks phenomenal. But some of these movies, like the Phantom Menace, I could tell. I watched the pod race scene on Disney Plus. You could tell they AI upscaled that, because I watched the DVD pod race scene right before. It looks just horrendous, and it almost looks artificially fake, like too clean on the Disney Plus version. So they obviously use AI to upscale, because that movie was finished digitally at 2K. There's nothing you can do for it. So maybe, that's for preservation of a movie, and still to actually have it look better. Some at this stage though, there's some bad examples.
That's my thing. Like, I like AI for enhancing shit. I think it's a good tool for that. My thing is, it's not going to be used for that.
No.
Visor made a great point about how it's destroying the environment and costing people's jobs and all the kind. Like, it's not worth it. But my thing is, has Faster ever really helped an industry or a business or anything?
Yeah.
No.
Faster and more efficient. Like, because I think I'm going to use the McDonald's analogy that I just thought of in my head. Like, the early McDonald's, that food was fucking delicious. Like it was reputable. Like it was a good restaurant. It was a real restaurant.
And if you ordered a special, they had to cook it right then and there.
Right, they had to cook it right there. So in order to serve more people, they had to make it faster, to process faster, did and more efficient, and and did that help McDonald's? It helped them make more money, but it didn't help the product. And I don't think AI is going to help the product if you're using it this way. If you're using it to enhance, like we were talking. Somebody said something about what was it? I Am Legend. I think maybe it was Airs, and I was like, AI. Use AI to go fix them ugly as zombie vampires,
Yeah.
right? Use them to do that, because that, to me, that's the only weakness in that movie.
Why didn't they just use humans? Like, there's no reason.
They did. Well, they were going to, but they changed their minds at the last minute.
That ruins the movie for me. I can't even get into it.
It takes me out of the movie. But if you use AI to enhance and fix that shit, maybe that one problem I have with the entire film, which is kind of big because you're talking about the main antagonists in the movie, that's what AI should be used for.
It can go, yeah, and it can go back in the painstaking restoration process, which I think they've done most of the classic movies now, where they rescan the negatives. They got all scratches in them. They have to take them out frame by frame.
Yes.
Stuff like that, like tedious bullshit work.
Entertainment faster. It's not a good business plan.
I don't even know if it would be like enhancing like that necessarily. I think you could have probably just got.
I'll just throw an example out there.
No, sure, but I think it's more, to me, it's also more. AI should be used more so on helping on the technical side, to help people on the technical side, help people out. Again, obviously, medical side, like that's a huge one.
That too, yeah.
Anything creative wise, like to create something, like come on, man.
No, I think creative it's a good tool. Like, again, for me, as a low budget filmmaker, I have no money.
Something from scratch and make something.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying use it as a tool. So as a low budget filmmaker, I'm like, it would be awesome. It's awesome for me to be able to talk into a prompt and tell them to create this scene, and so a producer or a studio can look at it and say, oh, instead of just looking at words on the page and maybe some drawings, that may get some people there. But if they can actually see it, because we're a very visual society at this point. I mean, that's just a fact. If you can get somebody to see your movie in movement, that will help them to see your vision a little quicker and better, I think. So it could be used as a really good tool for that. But I don't think it should be used for finalizing VFX and that kind of stuff. I don't think that's the route for it. I think it should be used as an enhancement tool or a tool to get that part of the process quicker, the pre-production. Well, I think it'd be great in pre-production.
I just watched Wakanda Forever the other night, and that ship sequence to me was some of the worst visual effects I've seen in a major movie. Like, the animations were at times just look so artificial, like it just for like a character jumping, just like it does. A lot of movies do that. A lot of special effects or visual effects studios just don't know how to animate a human being to look real. And I'm like, what was the issue there? Was it the budget or the time? Because it's like, if you could, to me, if I hate to say this because I'm very much against the AI, the impact on the, like I said, to create these data centers that really, to have it be what people want it to be, it's just gonna be ridiculous. But if an AI could make that scene actually look realistic, versus what human beings created, if it was human beings that I thought looked really, really bad, I don't know, just looking at it without personal feelings, I think I'd rather have better looking visual effects, at that point. But it'd be nice if they could just work together, use it as a tool.
Well,
but
to me, I think you still could find just better visual artists. Like, at the end of the day, just like how there's people who make good real costumes and people that make bad real costumes, and good CG and bad CG. Like, I don't think you have to, just replace them with that, because realistically, again, all you have to do is type in a prompt and something will come out. And people just have to do that.
How do you get it?
You know what you could do? and I think it would be a lot cheaper. Just go back to fucking making miniatures, make some miniatures again, and make some,
Yeah.
use them with CGI more, and I think you will help that process as far as the length of time it takes to make some of this stuff, because those are a lot of artists out there that would love for that to be a renaissance where you have this, it's again physical stuff in the shot that people can, actually feel and see that it's really there and shit.
It's like I mean, I'm not a fan, obviously, of the JJ Star Wars, but he did bring back real sets, shot on film, and yeah, that movie looks like The Force Awakens looks really good overall.
The movie.
Yeah,
It
it looks great.
And I only saw the Last Jedi once, but I feel like that was a pretty decent looking film.
Last Jedi looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Ooh, Ryan
I would
Johnson.
never say it don't look good. It looks great.
and it's like I was watching Thor: The Dark World like 3 weeks ago or whatever. There's a shot with Thor and I want to say Padme. forget her name. Her character.
Jane,
Jane.
Natalie Portman.
They're
Natalie
standing
Portman.
there, and then he's talking to his mom, and I took a picture of it. Like, I don't know if the background was fully real or not, but you could tell they were both there with like natural light, like lighting them both, or all three of them. I mean, in the where they were standing, and then the background was kind of blurred, so it could have been fake. But I was like, this looks so good. Like, this shot looks like a real shot. And then next movie I watch is Thor Ragnarok, and it's one of the worst green screen sequences in any movie I've ever seen, where they're on the cliff with the grass where Hela comes out. It looks so fake.
I didn't think that looks like fake.
Dude, it looks
That-
horrendous. Like, it's one of the worst
Horrendous?
shots.
on that bridge, that Queen soundtrack pops in. I'm in.
But yeah,
Slow motion.
the end of that movie is great. But I'm talking about the beginning when
Yeah.
with
They're on with the
Odin.
right?
Loki and Thor.
Oh,
they're
that
on.
part.
They're
Oh,
on
yeah,
like they're like on a grassy cliff with the ocean behind. It's the fakest looking.
Yeah, but I roll with that because it's kind of fantastical, that sequence anyway. Like, is Odin really there? Not really. Are they really there? Not really. So, I
mean, if that
yeah,
was
that
the
is
justification,
true, yeah.
but I mean, I don't think that's. I personally don't believe that's what
yeah,
he's going for.
it may not be the justification for it. That's just how
I
I
just
felt
feel like,
watching it. I
well, we
felt like-
we need him to be somewhere where Odin would just be like, hanging out, thinking about life
In the suit.
and they
Hanging out
mentioned,
in the
and he
old man
mentioned
suit.
like whatever country, it wasn't Poland, but they mentioned it either in the first movie or somewhere in the second, like that the cliffs. He mentioned like being somewhere on Earth that was beautiful. But anyway,
Yeah, when Hela showed up, who cares?
yeah, she fine as hell. She showed up with the
Lord
messy
Jesus.
hair.
Lord Jesus.
I never thought of Kate Blanchett like that till that movie.
I did. But yeah, way
did.
more after that one. I was like, my goodness.
But anyway, let's get on to back to some gaming.
Mario Day is the 40th. I mean, I feel like we've talked about Mario.
Yeah, we better talk. Let's talk about the Xbox.
We gotta talk
There ain't
Xbox
much to
as
talk
well.
about. I mean, just a tease, no date, no time. No.
Well, I mean, it's just all it really did is affirm what the rumors were, and that's
Well, even Phil
great.
Spencer
I mean,
said
that's-
that like a year or two ago. Yeah, it's going to be the largest jump in generational leap or whatever. Like that was like
He
probably
did say that.
a
Yeah,
year and a
that's
half
right.
ago,
Yeah,
so
he
we
said that.
knew.
Yeah.
But they
So
officially
that
teased
bit's gonna
it.
be expensive.
So does that mean? Do you think maybe you'll release it this year?
Nah, it's gonna be next year.
The reason I say, I feel like they almost maybe should aim for this year for the simple fact that GTA 6. For
If they
GTA
could,
6.
I would. The quicker you can beat like Sony to the market.
Well,
that's
did you
probably
see
better
there was
for you.
also another kind of like report that turns out they're probably not going to be delaying the PS6 and they're probably going to be releasing it late 2027.
No. They're like, oh no, we're not delaying it. What are you
Late-
talking about? No,
Well,
no,
I saw 27
2023.
or 28, but
Yeah.
I never
Max
thought
2023.
I never thought like it was ever going to come out before 27. Like it just makes no sense.
No, but I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
I thought I knew 2027, but I thought it was going to be because the whole idea there was the rumors and stuff where it was like, oh well, they're going to delay because of the RAM prices and and they're like, oh no, they're not gonna delay it because they already put orders in, and it would cost more money to change the order or whatever. So I'm like, I mean, I guess I
that
could see that happen, but like,
that's hurting
I just it's hard.
Steam
I know
machine
it's
right now.
2026, but we're gonna have 2 new consoles next year, and it would just be like the most.
Well, Steam machine should be priced and
I
dated right now, but they're not. It's not because of the RAM shortage.
really think if I was Microsoft, I would try to get it out with GTA 6 and try to do something there.
Oh, if you could do that,
I
I'd
feel
say
like
go
that
for
Well,
it.
if it's
You can
gonna
do it.
come out,
I-
they're gonna reveal it before, I would think, before their summer event.
At E3. Oh wait,
Yeah. Well, they always do the same June 6th.
Yeah.
Whatever. They always do
That
every
would be
year.
They
the
have their own
late. They would
event.
have to announce it then if they don't do it before.
That's true. I feel like they have.
well, I guess you kind of have to. You want
Yeah,
to
at
build
that
up the
point.
momentum.
Honestly,
you don't have to put the
though,
price out there. They probably wouldn't put the price out there. Yeah,
No.
Oh, I've been hearing people talking about like selling 1,000.
it's gonna be 1,000 at least,
it's probably going. I think it's going to be
or 800
$8.99.
minimum. Yeah.
$8.99 to. It's probably going to be tiered.
Oh shit.
It's going to happen, bro.
So here's
I
the
mean,
only thing.
What's the Pro at right now? Is the Pro
Seven-
$799 or
700, right? Isn't
it's
it
700?
I don't think they raised that one.
I don't think they actually raised that one. Yes.
But if you want a
No,
disk
PS5
drive,
Pro?
if you want a disk drive, it's 780.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, with the disk
yeah.
drive 70. And to be fair, like I'm pretty sure this Xbox they're gonna have a version with the disk drive for all the backwards
Yeah.
compatibility. But like,
So it could be 8. It could be 8 to 9. On the...
come on. This may be the first generation where I genuinely wait years. It may be the first
Yeah.
generation.
Well, the
People happily
Pro,
spend that shit on
the
a cell
Pro
phone.
is 750.
I don't.
The Pro
I'm
is
just saying a lot of
No, a
millions
lot of people do.
do.
No, you're right. A
Yeah.
lot of people do every year. But you
Yep.
know, for
it's
me,
going to be
like,
the adoption is
first
going to be
bit-
even slower this next generation.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna. So
like to
all
me,
that
like I'm
great.
just trying to envision. I'm like, unless they make Naughty Dog's intergalactic PS5, I mean PS6 exclusive. Like I think I'm gonna stick to PS5 for a while, man. Like I don't
Yeah.
envision myself upgrading to a PS6 for any real
I
reason.
don't even have a PS5. I was ready to buy the Steam machine though, but I'm worried about that
But
bit
what
now.
I'm saying is like I think generally that this next generation is going to be the slowest selling generation. Like of
oh
like
yeah,
other than the
Unless-
Switch too, but like I
coming
think
out of a bad economy and super priced consoles, they ain't gonna mix
yeah, I
well.
mean you're gonna if your lowest. I mean, luckily that's going to make the Switch 2 really appealing. I think they're gonna up their price at some point to 500. But like the realistic, I think you know, and I think you know what Nintendo could be thinking that it's like, oh, you know, they bump it up to 500 because everyone's been paying 500. They're not gonna even realize the price
Yeah.
upgrade. You know what I mean?
Well,
They
that-
can kind of sneak that. But I think realistically, it's gonna be weird that you got a $500 console. The next step is $800 console. Holy
Hey.
shit, that's a big difference.
Hey,
God
people
damn.
forget, but the Panasonic 3DO launched at was it $699 in 1993 money? In 19, you know what I'm saying? So that bitch today would be over almost $2,000. So
Well, here's a question that
hey,
we need to know.
and nobody bought that shit.
So one of the major RAM companies is not making consumer grade RAM, but every video I've ever seen with PS5 open up, I don't see a stick of RAM in there. So I don't know if it's just the chips or the actual producing like a stick of 16 gigabit RAM. Is it that, or is it just the individual things that make up the RAM that are going to, because I mean, I don't know if that would make a difference if they're still getting, the manufacturing facilities are being taken up to make the data center RAM. I don't know if that might be the issue, not the actual component, not actually making a consumer product versus production product or whatever. So I'd be curious to find out if that will factor in. But I don't know, like, who knows? Like, could next year, could this have all blown over and the prices come down, or are they going to be even higher 2 years from now? Like, it's without knowing the future. Like, this could be like, if you try to force it out this year thinking the RAM's only going to get more expensive, then it ends up somebody else fills in and the prices come down, and it'd be actually cheaper to wait till 27. You know, like, there's a lot of stuff we don't know. I'm sure that Sony and Microsoft are looking into it. But
Oh, for sure.
one of the most interesting questions to me is this happened last generation where Xbox really felt the need to get the new system out, and a lot of people were like, well, I don't think PS4 is doing great right now. I don't really need the PS5. I understand why Xbox wants to release it, but Sony could probably go another year or two. But they didn't want, they want to give Microsoft, the head start.
The last time they did that was PS3.
But look at what happened with
the
but look what happened. The PS5 adoption was so slow. I mean, yeah, it's up good numbers after 5 years and 4 or 5 months now.
It did come out the year of COVID.
Yeah, and there was the shortage.
I think in the beginning there was a lot of people that didn't actually own the consoles. A lot of scalpers because there was like not a lot of active in terms of.
Yeah, so it's like
something similar happened with GameCube and original Xbox. We had 9/11 happen weeks before those consoles launched. That didn't hurt. I mean, that didn't help either one of those. They both did 22 and 23 million respectively. So those things do factor in.
But my question is, with the state of Xbox, would Sony feel pressured to, if let's say Xbox has everything ready, they could release in November. I don't think PlayStation could. I'm not saying Xbox is, but if Xbox was ready, I don't know. I really don't know what that would do. Like, I don't, because the law of diminishing returns, and B, these companies, no one's gonna, well, some companies might, but most people aren't gonna make a game that's not gonna play on the base PS5, this year or next year. So they're still gonna release the games on PS5. Obviously the new Xbox version would be better than the Pro. What the Pro is over the other. It's gonna be the best version, you would assume, best running and performing. But would it actually make a difference at this point in gaming? I think 2 generations ago would made a huge difference, but this now, I don't know. I don't know if it matter if one came out before the other. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It probably doesn't matter, but it matters to them. I guarantee you it matters to Sony and it matters to Microsoft, because they know that they're both each other's main competition, at least in the in the media perspective. So yeah, I don't think it matters, but
especially it sounds like it's going to be even more of a PC. Like, I don't know if the interface is going to be any more PC like.
It's funny.
Well, isn't it technically going to be just like literally like there's no more Xbox game? It's going to be they still have the Xbox brand, but it's a PC game. Like, it's going to be like almost like Xbox storefront.
Come out and tell people right away, because the speculation is going to fly on this. To me, it's very simple. How they should do it. They should do exactly what Steam does. You turn that bitch on, and it goes into, it's a console. Goddammit. There's no PC or any of that shit. You turn it on, it's a console. You want to go to PC mode, go to PC mode, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, like you would do on a PC.
I'm thinking what Robert's saying is the game's just going to be
what they ship, like what they port to a thing. It wouldn't really be porting to.
It's just going to be the PC game on playing on the Xbox. Yeah. This new Xbox is just going to be the PC version, probably like Xbox Helix.
I don't think so. I think it will be an Xbox version because they want. I mean, I guess. I mean, they don't want their loyal fans to purchase games from their store.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you're going to purchase it, but I just feel like I don't think there's going to be like, oh, we got to make sure this is like the Xbox Series X and S version. I think it's just going to be.
I think that's right when it comes to first party, but I don't think that's going to be the case for third party. A lot of third party games come out and they do have no interaction with the PC versions of the games.
Yeah,
I would probably have Requiem right now if that bitch had crossplay, but it doesn't. And
well,
I'm surprised more games aren't doing cross saves and that kind of shit.
This would be the first, you could say, console PC hybrid. Like how we always talk about console handheld hybrid for Switch. This would be a console PC hybrid almost, which would be cool in theory. Where it's like where again like you could use console aspects of backwards compatibility, blah, 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 and then still have
Yeah.
the PC. Like, there's technically no box that does that, right? So you could play this library of games from Xbox to Series X, including GTA 6 that maybe runs better on this platform, and then also all the games from 1980 something to now through PC. That could be a compelling reason for certain people to be like, "Yo, that sounds pretty cool. I want to get into more PC gaming or something like that." This is your way in. You don't have to do tinker with things. Like we got it where it's.
I mean, that's perfect to me.
You know what I'm
I get
saying?
it.
Like I think
Yeah.
that could end up being.
That's why I have a Steam Deck because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that exactly. So I think it will work for it may not be a huge number of people, but I think a good number of people will
Yeah,
like that idea.
what was the wording at the end? I'm gonna watch the teaser. I
I
thought
don't remember.
it said something
It's pretty
about
short.
I like the.
it wasn't
Helix
in the
logo.
teaser, but
Me too.
there was something that said the future Xbox and PC, like something PC. It said PC, specifically something PC related in like the official post.
I'll say. I mean,
It wasn't in
I
the
know there
teaser
was-
video, but it was like in
It
the.
was in. Yeah, I don't think because they
The
didn't
post
have a
itself
video.
from Asha Sharma.
Yeah, I was gonna say she said something on Twitter that
Yeah.
said something about PC.
Yeah, it wasn't in the because it was just a little
Let me
quick
see.
little
I'll tell you.
video.
I'll look it up right now. It was
But
It
can
ma-
we just call that this the Xbox Helix or
Yeah,
right. Just please,
Just-
dude. Please,
just
please.
call it
Project
that.
Helix. I mean, what was it? Scorpio. What was the
Scorpio, Scarlet. Like,
Scarlet.
dude, those were way better
Yeah,
names.
you already have a logo for the bitch. Like
Okay, so this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what
the
she said.
NX didn't have a logo; it just had two letters.
Exactly.
You got a logo, Helix. Like make it the Helix, and let's move on.
And this is what she said. It said Project Helix will lead in performance and play your Xbox and PC games.
that's
Looking
what.
forward to chatting
Yeah.
about this more with partners and studios at my first GDC next week, which would be this week. So I guess we'll hear maybe more stuff this
Yeah,
week.
I mean, that doesn't really reveal too much. It still could be like what Steam Deck does. You can play. Let's say Steam was a console platform. You could play your Steam games and your PC games. I mean, that could.
But
It's
that's
still.
what I'm saying. It would
to me,
be a
that's the same
console
thing.
PC hybrid, which would be a
Right.
first. Which would be a
That's
first.
the
Which would,
first.
which would be very cool. I think. I think that
Yeah.
would be cool.
Yeah.
And if you
I
have
always thought it was a
good,
cool idea, but
to me,
how
if
they
you have a
gonna-
good price, I know that sounds absurd to say $1,000, but if $1,000 is cheaper than building a PC of those specs,
well, fuck,
that's why-
a ROG Ally X cost that.
yeah. So that's why it's like, I think, I think you could, and again, PC's only growing. Like again, Resident Evil Requiem, like so half of them was all on PC. Like people buy games on PC, and so it's like I think if they could kind of shift it towards, hey, like this is almost like this console will, against you transition you into PC sort of thing, and it'll be an interesting way how they pitch it, but I think that could move some units into a very specific demographic on who wants to move some.
So we're playing with PC. Do we make it somewhat upgradable, RAM wise?
I mean,
because
I'd say no, though,
People
dude.
think
I
that's a
don't
crazy thing, but this console right here lets you add RAM to it. So that's not that crazy, folks. So I mean, that is a thing that's been around for a while. So I don't think that's crazy.
What was something that recently I was.
PCs let you put RAM in them, and they still play. You tweak it, and then you get a little bit better performance.
What was that
All these
product?
games coming out today are scalable as shit. So
I feel like there was a product not that long ago that you could swap out. Maybe it was. I don't think it was home theater related, but there's something where you could open it up. It was a little bit hard to get to, but you could bump up the RAM or the storage on, and
I also never give this bad boy credit, so let me give credit to this one too. This one also lets you put more RAM in it. So again, this is not a new crazy thing for consoles. Consoles in the 90s were letting you add RAM to them. Like, not a big deal. So
yeah. I
think
mean,
they should bring
honestly,
that
I
back.
wish the Switch One would have let you add RAM. Could help some of the
seriously.
games out.
Seriously, it probably a little bit harder because of the form factor.
Yeah. It's just
but-
going to be interesting because, like, I mean, I got the PS5 Pro, so I was like, I feel it's not like a massive difference over the base PS5 for sure, but like I don't have any intention of getting a new PlayStation console this year or next year for sure. Like knowing
I'll get one. It would be a PS5 because I don't
Yeah.
have one.
It's like-
but that's it.
I said the same thing with the PS4, and of course they still released the PS5 to match the Xbox, but I'm like, I feel like they really don't need to. Like, I mean, if it's
Well,
fine.
the
I feel
PS4
like
was a bit longer in the tooth. It was 7 years old at that point.
yeah, but like the PS5's like, I mean, just look at the games that have been coming out the last couple of years. Some really good games that are 10th gen.
Yeah.
Or 9th
And because
gen
it's taking
only.
longer for these games to come out, that's just what's happening.
And there's been games like that Crimson Desert's been shown for like 5 years. It's finally coming out in like March or next month, I think.
That's,
I think it's April.
that's the only third-party game I'm buying, probably.
But and that we still have yet to see like the actual console versions. The PC version looks ridiculous.
You know why I'm buying it? Because of crossplay, motherfucker. I might have to get it on Xbox because they have Play Anywhere. So
Steam Deck probably ain't running that.
yeah, bitch. Yeah, well,
And you need the Legion 2 probably.
my Legion.
I have a theory that the original base PS5 version is going to struggle. That's why we haven't seen it run on PS5.
Yeah.
Maybe they've shown it, but anyway, I just feel like I don't remember what the last sales numbers were for the PS5. I want to say it was over 70 million or something. You know, I definitely think it was over 70. And it's just like, you guys are you're rolling. It's hitting its stride. And I guess maybe it's too risky for them to let Xbox have a new system out. But I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm sure they probably.
I don't think
so,
it would be. I don't know. Maybe it'd give Xbox a little nudge or a little boost, but it would be interesting to see what people would say. Like, oh, GTA 6. Oh wow, look what it runs at 60 FPS and full ray tracing on the Xbox Helix. Like, holy shit, for the same price, definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely get an Xbox for that.
Yeah, that just rolled out of off your tongue. Xbox Helix.
Yeah.
Do that shit, Microsoft.
Yep.
Don't be messing around, bro.
And we really, I personally thought the series meant there was gonna be more than the S and X. Like, I thought that was gonna be like continuing on.
I think that was their plan, but that bitch didn't sell. I think they were gonna have more hardware with the series line, but
The series,
didn't sell.
yeah, the series
Z, man.
Series T. It was just
Well, I mean,
dumb.
I'm a little bit worried though that they're gonna call this like the Xbox Series P, and then they're gonna have another one, the Xbox Series C.
That bitch better not be no series,
P-
nothing. Get rid of
PC.
that.
Xbox
Yeah.
Series P, Xbox Series C. I'm already
PC.
to make it PC, you know.
The Xbox 2.
Yeah.
TOO.
I'm like, yeah. If you say the Xbox Series P, it'll sound hilarious.
The Xbox.
Series P. Oh yeah, fanboys gonna have a field day with that shit.
The Xbox 5. They could just call it the
It'd be
Xbox
the Wii
5.
all over again.
The Xbox 5?
Isn't
Wait,
it the
is
fifth one?
that we're on?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Are we? Wait. Am I
No.
count? Yeah.
Well,
that's
if you
right,
count the
yeah,
S
yeah,
as
yeah.
a separate one.
yeah, it's
but-
5. No, it's not. It's the Xbox 5.
Yeah.
Or I mean, honestly, I again, Helix sounds good, man. Just keep it, please. Just keep it, please. I know you're not, and it's gonna be some whack ass name, but keep it at Helix, man. I please. The last two name
Begging
collections have
you.
been the worst. The worst, I
Yeah.
think, in all console history. Xbox One and Xbox Series.
Wii
X-
U was pretty bad.
We love 360, but that was kind of a stupid name
360
too.
is awesome. Yeah, but 360 is at least cool.
You know why? I mean,
It is cool.
you know why they did it. I mean,
What were they gonna call the next one? The
Xbox
180?
720.
it had to be a
Well, remember,
4.
that was the 720,
reason
that
was
like
the-
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's
that was
true.
the
They
rumor
were
for a
thinking.
while.
The
but
360
you can't
was
call it
just
that.
they wanted to have a 3 like the PS PlayStation. They wanted to have a
Yeah.
3. That was the marketing. That was the
Well, then
reason.
they could call this one the Xbox 600.
Yeah, go to a Xbox 6000. Go to like a
You went full circle and you're right back where you started. That's what 360 means.
Yeah. go to the PC like graphics card numbering systems like the 60
Yeah.
the 6060 and the
Oh,
6070.
I'm onto something. They
That
might
shit
do
is-
something.
That shit is confusing as shit. They need to.
I told my buddy at work who's super AMD, like he's weird. His fanboy stuff is like very specific companies that's just. I said, what the hell is a? I don't know what the AMD graphics card and the CPU is anymore. It used to be pretty easy. You want what was it? A 3080. And then they had the 3090. Then you had the 4080 and the 4090. Now it's like, what is it? And he's like, oh, they're the same as it's like the 7000 series. And I'm like, well, I don't even like. It just seems so convoluted at this
series
time.
is back.
Yeah, it's like 3080, 3090. Okay, the 3080, the 3090 is a little bit better. That's kind of what used to be GTX. Now it's the 5080 and the 5090. I mean, it's simple, and I don't know what AMD's at, but their CPUs are. It used to be just the Ryzen, or like 2700. He's like, yeah, now it's it's like 9600. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that one's what it was, but maybe the Xbox could do something like that. The 60, the 640, and the 660 or something. Just like 680. Like, just do the graphics card naming. The bigger the number, the better it is.
Yep, it's like back in the 90s when they had the bit wars.
Yeah.
The bigger number meant it was better, yo.
I watched that OTG, I think is his channel on the bits, and that was pretty interesting because they would just pull whatever random spec, got them to 32-bit. It could have been the RAM,
Excuse me,
the bit rate of the RAM.
Jaguar.
Yeah,
64-bit my ass. Have you
there
played
was
any of those
something.
games?
There was something. There was two 32-bit things on it, so they thought legally they could call it 64-bit.
Do
64 shit is what that was.
The Xbox,
None of those games look good. Except for Doom. Doom looked good.
4 random digits. The Xbox 6827.
Oh my god.
The Xbox 666.
Yeah.
As long as you keep the cases green,
The Xbox 69 420.
Yeah, keep them cases green.
I hope. I mean, look.
Will they go with?
I'm
Will
being
they?
honest with you. I think this is the console where we're no longer going to have physical games for them. I think that's going to happen.
Oh.
The reason I say that is because if it's
We already don't.
unfortunately, I think if it's
We
a
already
PC,
don't, but-
if it's essentially them releasing a PC game, I don't see them putting a physical copy of something.
And just
on
look
there.
at go to the stores and look at the Xbox sections now, like at Walmart and Best Buy.
Well, it's because of the disc format they chose. Like it's not the size of the PS5 disc.
I thought it was 4K
So-
Ultra HD player.
No. I mean the actual discs themselves are what 20? Aren't they like 25 gig discs or some shit?
Maybe the ones they use, but
dual layer.
you can get a
Yeah.
quad layer, like probably
Yeah, I
not that
think they
much
use-
more.
They probably use dual layer.
But when the game's
I
over
think-
100, then it's kind of pointless.
Right, it don't matter either way.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting because like
yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be so weird. Yeah, I'm very interested. Again, I like the idea of a console PC hybrid. I do like that. Realistically, there's a very high chance I think I might bow out of Xbox because I don't think I have a real reason to get it. But I hope there's a reason to get it.
Depends on the
I
price.
It ain't physical.
it could be
I
like
like
it could be by far the best price in PC in the
That's the
PC world.
thing.
It could
That's where
be
could get me where it's like that could be like the next.
because I
PC.
mean your
know?
PC's already probably already considered pretty out of date with like if you played RE9.
No, I was looking. I was funny. I was actually curious about it. RE9 is the recommended, not even the minimum. The recommended is a 2060, which I have a 2070 Super, so it would have been
Okay.
fine anyway.
Yeah, I think. What was I gonna say?
But-
yes, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like if you want like the full ray tracing experience and stuff, like
Yeah,
if the new
sure.
Xbox is $900 and it's like not like AMD's not as well known for their ray tracing or their upscaling, but FSR4 apparently is really good. It's specific to like their new GPUs. It can't just be applied to anything. So AMD's could be a potential holding them back kind of thing, but because NVIDIA's was well ahead with DLSS and the ray tracing stuff, and that's why the Switch is outperforming Series S in certain games that use some form of ray tracing and DLSS. So like it could be like a really good value, even though it's gonna be an expensive console. It could be like a really good value compared to buying and building a PC. So it could be
Yeah.
a good option.
Which is why something like that might help them out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
someone who's maybe looking on the market for a PC, but they're like maybe not as quite like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm so dead on setting a PC, but oh, this is essentially PC that I could also use as with my. Oh, I had my Xbox 360 games in the closet. I could play some of those too. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. They should not be afraid to market it that way. Let people know that, hey, oh, PC, pull out a fucking keyboard and show them that this bitch could be a PC as well, like
Yeah.
easily. I think they should definitely do that, because you will get some stragglers to jump onto it, if you show them, oh, look how powerful and great these games look, and this is a PC as well. You
Yeah.
can do your whole PC thing if you want to have your mouse and keyboard and have it
Or
be
maybe like
intuitive
have
and
it where
shit.
they could stream. Yeah. Oh, get
It's straight,
the
yeah.
future streamers. Hey, look, check it out. You don't need to buy all that stuff.
You can stream right off of this bitch.
Well, the
Yeah.
PS5
go to
already
town.
has really good streaming. The only thing is the cameras can't. It's you have to use the PlayStation camera, and it's not
Well, see, that's the
available.
fail.
It's not available. People are trying to get like $100 and something for the damn things now. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll stream.
Bastards.
Maybe I'll start streaming a little more. I want to get a camera, and I'm like, I'll just go to Best Buy, and they're like, oh, they don't have any. Amazon doesn't have any. GameStop had a used one for like $62. I passed on it, but yeah, I mean that technology. I was surprised my last stream once I got it figured out what my streaming issue was. I was surprised how good the actual stream quality is now. It's better than it did before. I think.
I remember like when I used to watch Xbot or listen to Xbot podcasts in the early 2020s, 21 and 22, and one of the things they always complained about was like the bit rate and how much worse the capture was and all that stuff, streaming capabilities was the series over PS5. So that definitely is a thing. But Sony clearly didn't care. They didn't make enough cameras. They didn't seem to give a shit.
And
First of all, they shouldn't be forcing you to fucking buy.
Yeah, you should be able to use any.
Have they not learned the proprietary bullshit doesn't help them on the PSP? Didn't help on the PS Vita. It certainly didn't help. Killed that fucking thing. And you're still doing this shit.
And they did with the headphones aren't proprietary. You don't have to use their headphones, but they are overpriced and for what they are.
But I'll say about the whole streaming aspect, I think if you could do it where you could go onto a PC mode, like imagine someone could actually make their own layout, something like this, and actually have it like go full on professional streaming sort of thing. So I think there's aspects
that's going to be appealing to some people.
Yeah, no, absolutely, especially people who want to stream and stuff and get a reality check that a lot of people don't watch. You
don't need this. You need to hook this up to the thing and the capture and all. You don't need all these extra devices to do it right from your console.
That and then again, like you you could stream games from the beginning of time to now. You could stream whatever you want. If you got physical
PC games, right there.
You got physical games for your Xbox stuff. You could do that. But then again, it's also playing PC games. So you could play
stream
World of
Warcraft.
Play World of Warcraft. You wanna do whatever. I mean, like that's gonna be appealing.
Breath of the Wild in 4K off a Nintendo console. You can do that shit too.
oh boy.
Good luck. Them ninjas is coming, but
yeah. But yes, I'm very curious to see how they're gonna push it, like what they're gonna. I'm not looking forward to the whole. There's gonna be some sort of AI push. Who knows what the hell that's gonna be? Not looking forward to that segment. But like I'm hoping, because it's gonna be Copilot. They got their own AI, so the Copilot AI, so they're gonna probably push like, it can help you out with games in some way.
Nobody likes Copilot, by the way. Nobody. All you people talk about shit about Copilot all the time. Like nobody uses it.
Yeah, I was watching.
I'm like, we'll see, man. I'm very curious. Again, supposedly this week she's talking to people, so maybe we'll get more info this week.
Is this GDC?
Yeah, GDC.
Damn, this shit came fast.
So, and to be fair, coming fast. That goes wrong way.
Pause. I didn't even think about that shit. Pause.
What I meant by that is that June is literally 3 months from now. So that's when
You believe the
June
Switch?
typically-
Switch 2 is almost a year old. It's getting close. God damn.
Well, Switch 1's 9 years old, and we talked about that.
Yeah, well, yeah,
That's
that's depressing as
crazy.
fuck.
I just was watching
Time flies.
this boss fight. I died a bunch of times in the stream. It's funny because this is like one of the more frustrating boss encounters because it's a really closed environment, and I've watched 2 or 3 different people play this boss, and I did it in this stream, die in the exact same spot. You see the enemy, you move to the left, you get stuck in a corner, these 2 dogs pin you in, and you get killed. But I think I beat him in this one. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look as good, I guess, on my computer. It looked really good on my phone, the stream.
No, it does look good though. I mean, absolutely.
And this isn't like the best. This isn't like
it looks clean as like any other capture software.
Yeah, and this
Generally.
this area in this game didn't get the best remaster treatment. It's
Every time I see these games, I get the hives.
so I've already skipped ahead. I died from this boss probably, I don't know, 7-8 times already. So I switched weapons. I remember I was trying to do it with a lower damage weapon, and I just couldn't. So I switched to 2 of my higher damage weapons, and I got them in the first try.
You know what though? We did have. I'm seeing this. I'm thinking about Colocta. Colocta did say that he's gonna pick up a PS6 and an Xbox Helix day one.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
He wasn't serious.
He said day one he's gonna
He's
pick
not
it up.
serious.
So he said that he's going all in on PC, baby. And so he said.
I know
Xbox
he's
Helix,
joking. No.
way to go.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I said this a couple weeks ago about the Final Fantasy VII remake and Rebirth. Well, I seen the Kena announcement. Oh, I'll finally be playing this game, and I'm like, well, I know you have a PS5 for like 2 years. Like, why? I know if you want to play it on your favorite console. That's understandable, but I just
He wants to play. Who was this? Is this some great people?
just somebody.
Oh, they were playing. They want to play it in bed, man. They want to play on the. Remember that's what was it?
Relaxing in
With the
bed.
Switch, relaxing in bed with.
Relaxing it?
I mean,
That never became a meme. It should have
Yeah.
been. That shit is hilarious to me.
I've done that. Like I want to be able to lay down because sometimes sitting
I
up
can't,
hurts
man.
for
I
me.
can't
I've
play
never
like
played
that.
my Steam Deck that way, by the way. Or my
But
Switch.
I have to rest. I have to like get a pillow and I kind of rest it on the pillow I have to sit up a little
Okay.
bit. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's uncomfortable for me to sit for long.
I only
periods
got
of
one pill. Like,
Pause.
time. But
Uncomfortable as shit, huh?
yeah, it's like oh, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy VII now that it's on the Switch Nintendo system. Oh, now I'm gonna play Kena. Well, I'm gonna wait. I would wait for Kena because I don't know. Maybe you don't care. I think it's gonna be 30 FPS with hopefully not frame rate issues. But
What was it on?
it's PS4 is 30 and PS6 is 60, and then
I was
Xbox.
gonna say,
Xbox
I'm sure I
is
played
60.
it at 30.
The
on PS4.
Series X version, I'm guessing, was 60.
Did I
Yeah,
play PS4?
I mean, it's gonna be
Had to be.
something.
But
where,
you know, it'd be a good game to have. It's a good Nintendo game. It's a good game for a Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
It's like a
well,
Nintendo
the thing is
owner.
that we joke, but there's
South
a
of
lot of
Midnight as
people.
well, folks. South of Midnight.
Yeah, that comes out. I think. Is it this month or is it next?
They're
month?
they feel like very similar games to me, so it's kind of weird.
What did that get announced for? Is that PS5?
Both PS5 and Switch.
Oh,
too.
PS5
really?
and Switch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't I remember that?
Yeah.
That's
PS5
crazy.
and Switch too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was announced at the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah.
The stage they said, "Hey, by the way," and that's why I'm like, man, why you? I feel bad for her because she's trying to give a speech for her award, but now she got to market this game also. She's like, oh, and by the way, it's coming to Switch. Do it, PS5.
So they have
She
a
had to turn
Switch
into a
2
marketer.
trailer. Like,
She's all happy that she won, but then she's like, oh, I guess I have to say this because Microsoft has a gun to my head. I have to say that the PS5 version of Switch 2.
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
There won't be a sequel after that kind of talk.
So this trailer apparently is the Switch 2 version. It looks really good.
Yeah,
I just
I'm sure it'll look
I
good on
don't
Switch too.
I know you
And
can turn
again,
it
those
off.
anything that's not going to be like a more realistic art style
I
is
don't
going
know.
to all look
This
good on
looks
Switch
pretty
2.
damn like this is, if this is actually the Switch 2 version. I mean, the
I'm sure it
textures
is. I
look
don't
really
think.
sharp.
Yeah, I have zero doubt that's not going to look.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be like really compromised in
Some
the
of the
slightest. To be honest with
textures look fairly real. I would say fairly real compared to the character design, but
I had to go over to the Steam Deck version. Well, actually, I played more on my Legion Go, um, and it looks great on this Legion Go. So I don't see why it wouldn't look great on Switch too.
I'm not a fan of the stop motion look. I know you can turn it off.
Yeah, you can
I
turn
think
it off, but
I think
to
it's cool
me,
looking.
that's
I
weird. I love it.
see
Yeah.
just watching it, it doesn't look right, but maybe playing it'd be
It,
fine.
I think playing it because I was a little worried about that too. But I think playing it, it's just you forget. Like the only time you actually remember it is in cutscenes, and it works for me in the cutscenes. That's a really cool stylistic look. Yeah, I love the game, so I highly recommend it for
March
people who maybe
31st.
don't know.
Yeah, I'll play that at some point for sure.
It is a beautiful
That
story.
trailer showed a lot more
There,
varied gameplay than I've seen before.
I have to talk. I'm wondering what's up with some of the character design because they got a grandma in here. She got that thing back there. What?
Mm.
I was like, whoa, what? She looked good. What? Like they do that. They had to do that on purpose. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about when you see her. You'll be like, dang,
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the PS5.
like a Pixar mom. Grandma
Yeah.
like a Pixar mom up in this bit.
Seeing the PS5 trailer right after, it's the exact same footage, but it was definitely a Switch 2 version. Like it's not like massive, but it's got that extra like crispness, like clean like sharpness, and I don't know if this trailer's in 60, but it does look like it's running smoother. Yeah, it's at 60.
Yeah, it's got fucking amazing voice acting. The music, it's you're playing art. I fucking love the game.
It's
My
art.
only gripe with it, it's
Yeah.
art. It's
It's
art.
art.
My only gripe with it is I feel like some of the fucking cursing is forced. You ever play a video game where it's just
Yeah.
like, oh,
Or
they're just throwing
movies.
curse words out there, or you're watching a movie? But mostly for me, it's video games where I feel like you didn't have to curse there. You're forcing that shit just because you want a mature rating. I don't know, like.
Yeah, swearing can just comes natural for some people
It
and
should be
others.
natural. It doesn't feel natural in the game.
Sometimes I'll be
Sometimes.
just like, I'll throw out like the F bomb, like, and I'm just like, I didn't need to say that there. What made me use the F word there? Like, I don't know.
That was your heart. That was your heart telling you to be more passionate at that
Wow,
moment.
there's like a couple. PlayStation has like a new Onimusha trailer, Way of the Sword. Is that the new one?
Yeah, yeah,
4 days ago, there was a new trailer. Might as well watch
yeah.
it.
That's about right.
Was there
Yeah,
something?
I saw it.
It wasn't in the state of play. I don't know how much new footage this is, but is this?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I remember seeing this like a few days ago.
I'm definitely interested,
Uh,
but I've never played the series, so I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait.
Here's another one of those games that started off as Resident Evil and became
Yeah,
something
like
completely
Devil May
different.
Cry.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching the Wilson's channel where he had his girlfriend play Resident Evil remake on, and she was playing with like the modern controls, but it seemed like every time the camera would cut, she was like struggling to go the right way, and I was like, it's like just make her do the tank controls for like an hour and see. But it was interesting because I found that like even some of the things like she wasn't loving, it still was way more. I was very interested in that video more so than like, I don't know if you saw the Fallout 76 where she like gave up after an hour. She just,
Yeah,
and I was just like, that's such a, I don't mean to turn off in like in in the sexual way, but just like a turn, like I didn't want to watch the video. Oh,
I know what
you
you
gave up. Maybe the game's just that I don't know. 76 was bashed. It's but
Well, it was bashed quite a bit.
it's just
Oh yeah,
it
especially the
didn't look
beginning.
like there was much to do if you're not just co-oping. Like maybe I understand.
I still don't. I've never like looked too much into it, so I still don't really know too much.
But she was like,
about
"Well,
it.
no one wants to watch this, so I'm just gonna stop playing." I was like, "Man, I'm kind of bummed out that you gave up." Like, but maybe I don't know. I never played it myself.
Bethesda gave up.
But
Apparently
also,
not, man. They be still releasing stuff somehow. Like what the hell?
And
this is
now
a
the game
long
did turn
trailer.
around.
Holy shit,
People
Yeah.
actually like it now.
this looks
So-
pretty good.
To their credit, they did turn the shit around.
Yeah, this is 2026. This one.
Yeah, Onimusha looks
Another
great.
Capcom, man.
Capcom ain't fucking around, bro.
Their engine is phenomenal too. I don't know if this. I'm guessing this is RE.
Did you
People
know
thought
that
RE engine stood for.
did you
Yeah,
know-
you're gonna say it.
You're gonna say
it.
the RE
Yeah.
engine doesn't stand for Resident Evil Engine.
Yeah,
It's Reach for the Moon engine. What?
right.
Sure.
Reach for the Moon.
They said they were surprised when people thought it stood for Resident Evil engine.
Why
Like
wouldn't it?
how would you be surprised that we're not?
Why?
that we didn't-
Why are you surprised by that?
Oh, you mean the one that you started in Resident Evil?
Right.
the
RE7?
engine? We didn't think it was stood for Resident
I
Evil.
don't
We
know.
thought it was Reach for the Moon. It had to
We
be.
thought, yeah, it was Reach for the Moon. That's what it was.
Like what?
I was
That's a-
surprised that people didn't know it was Reach for the Moon.
Like it won't wait. How in the world?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's hilarious because I was like, bro, that's I don't know if you changed that out of nowhere. That sounded like Resident Evil. to me.
What was it called before? Their previous engine.
Oh, the previous engine?
It had like
I don't know.
2 letters in the name. If not, kind of like the RE engine. I feel like maybe.
Imagine it was called the Resident Evil engine.
No,
Like,
it was
it doesn't
something
stand for
like-
Resident Evil though.
I don't know if it was
it's
something
not, like, the
framework.
franchise.
Was it something framework?
FT?
Oh.
No.
No. Let me see. Previous Capcom engine. Let's see what the.
Come on, AI. Give me the answer, goddammit.
Oh, Capcom's prime. Well, it says the primary. I don't know. Is that them though? The MT framework.
MT
But I don't know
framework.
if-
Yeah.
I don't know if that
it.
was them though. Like, did they?
That was the
make
engine
That's
they
the
used.
TF.
That was their engine.
engine? Yeah, the successors to
Okay.
the MT framework. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
Which is it stands for multi-thread, meta tools, and multi-target. So they're like it stands for multiple. That's
Why did
great.
they
But-
call it the MT cubed frameworks?
Exactly. Yep. There you go.
You know,
That's what
I think.
I think someone's in there they just want they don't want people to really they want to say some bullshit.
I feel like that was the better way to go. Is have these companies have their own engines and just perfect them and keep making their games around them.
You don't think everyone using Unreal is a
No.
good idea? Is good.
I don't know why. We'll see what happens with The Witcher 4. They had their issues with Cyberpunk. I don't think it was the game engine's fault. People pointed out like Starfield still has some of the Starfield still has some of the quote unquote visual issues of like their games from like 10 years ago, and that they probably need a new
Yeah.
engine. Maybe with,
Some parts of it look fucking phenomenal, but yeah, when you start looking at some of these characters in the face and shit, like what the fuck? why do you look like that?
But like, I mean, I've been saying probably since RE2 remake and Devil May Cry 5 that the Capcom's they've just been killing it. Especially when you see the model they use, it looks the guys and the female and the guys are just
They look
it
very
looks
real,
just
man.
like them. Like it looks just like
Yeah.
the real person. It's crazy.
They're full on third party. They're not falling for this timed exclusive shit. They want no part of that.
Mhm.
I think Square Enix is done with that shit as well.
Well, kind of. I mean, they did Monster Hunter Rise with Nintendo.
Well,
for
with
that,
Nintendo, they still do
Yeah.
occasional.
they still.
But that's
After
because-
Street Fighter
because
Five,
they had to because they couldn't put the Monster Hunter. If they could have put the Monster Hunter they wanted to put on that bitch, they would have Worlds would have been on that shit instead.
Well, then Rise came out
Rise.
for other systems, and it
Well, yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah.
They'll down or upgrade or try to upgrade.
Yeah, because that was
games
made
that come out on the,
Switch, like, you could tell it was made for
Yeah.
Switch. and
mhm.
Yeah.
something
they'll
else.
do that, but they won't go the other way. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think
but
Wilds is coming to Switch too.
Sony. That's what because there's a talk about Sony. It's rumors and I guess there was a report from Jason Schreier or whatever that they're pulling back from PC.
Oh
I've
yeah,
heard a
we
lot of
didn't talk about that. Yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about that. I heard a lot of really good reasons as to why. Um, Most of them don't really have to do with. I think most of them don't have to do with. Oh, they want to be exclusives again, and part of it could be because the fucking next Xbox is going to be able to play their games. I don't think they want that shit to happen, but obviously unless they take the games off of Steam, they're going to be able to play at least what's there now.
Yeah.
But fuck, I had a point. What was I talking about?
Why they don't want to take, or why they're taking good reasons why they're taking games off PC, PlayStation.
Yeah, but I had a different reason, and I went into that.
Valve, the Steam machine.
No, I can't, I fucking lost.
I saw
it.
one where it was like someone was.
You don't think maybe that could be another reason why?
Yeah. That was one of the things that I heard. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of good. I mean, obviously, the Steam Deck didn't like take over handheld gaming or anything, but
A lot of people play PlayStation games.
It's not in the living room.
A lot of people might do that when it comes to the Steam machine, because again, that's going to be a way people can bypass. Again, I don't think you're stopping anybody, you're changing anybody's mind as far as buying your hardware, especially like PC guys. You're not going to make them buy a PlayStation if they don't want to. They have plenty to play. They just won't play your games. They'll wait until they can fucking what do you call it? They'll wait until they can what's the word? Play them illegally.
Oh,
emulate them. So they
just wait a long time. They waited for Bloodborne for 8 years or some shit.
Right. Well, and they just modded that bitch themselves, and they got that bitch running. And so, there is good reasoning behind them doing that. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is that Microsoft, I think just the industry in general, the idea of serving other platforms is probably the most solvent because of how the industry is changing and the fact that these games fucking cost astronomical amounts of money, and you can't just rely on your install base. I don't think when you're paying $300 million to make a Spider-Man game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you can't just lock that to your own ecosystem. Nintendo can still do what they do because their games don't fucking cost that much. Not close, right? So I think they can still get away with having their walled garden. But when you're a Sony or a Microsoft and your games cost $200 million, $300 million to make, and you're saying you can only get them here, I just don't think that's viable. I don't think, and they've been touting this for a while. The previous president of Sony, before he got out or after he got ousted, basically, Sean, what's his name? Sean Layden.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about this. He was saying, like the Last of Us games and all that stuff costs just too much. It's unsustainable to put out games with that kind of production behind it and sell 10 million copies. That's just not doable. You look at somebody like Rockstar, they fucking sell 150 million units because they serve everybody except Nintendo. They serve everybody. Obviously PC, and then you look at Resident Evil. We've been talking about them. Most of the sales for Resident Evil are where? They're on PC.
Yeah.
Same thing for Helldivers, right? I think Sony looks at that and feels a little embarrassed by that. It's like, that's our game, and we sold way more copies on the fucking PC. I don't think they'll still go with that when it comes to their live service games. They're still going to put them day and date on PC because that's just smart. That's stupid if you didn't do that. But I just think, how are you going to survive, Sony, only selling to your audience? And it takes 6, I hate to say 6, 7 years to get 90 million units out there, and those aren't all current players. Some people double dip. They went and got a PS5 Pro, or maybe they got the newer, slimmer model of PS5. So you're not dealing with exactly 90 million different people. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with people who had a PS5 already and wanted to upgrade and whatnot. So what is the true number of people who actually have a console and are currently buying games? I'm sure it's less than 90 million. It's probably not that much less. Maybe 15 or 20 million less. So I just don't think, unless you do what Nintendo's doing, you can't really sustain being a walled garden if you're going to continue making the type of games that you make. You know, I just don't see how you can afford. Because I feel like Forbidden West underperformed, and we were talking about fucking God of War, Ragnarok. How 4 million units?
Yeah, I think that's not counting the PS4 version, but yeah, on PS5, just if you bought the PS5,
It's not counting PS4, but
4 million.
that's your new console that's been around for 5, 6 years.
90 million.
That's crazy.
Right. Like that's insane. How are you gonna survive? I don't see how you.
I thought that would at least climb up to 7, 8.
I thought it would at least be 10 million.
And but like at least if you sold with the PS4 copy, 7, 8 with
Right.
the PS5 over time, another 3 million or something.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that was still at 4-7 million, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that game came out in the, in the early days or early times of PS5. So that's your lead platform. Obviously, there was still a lot of people on PS4 at that time, but 4 million units, that's crazy. You can't make it doing that. And again, Sony's not putting out a ton of games, folks.
No.
That's why they tried to secure a Crimson Desert, and they were like, "Fuck you." They tried to get, they tried to lock that for a limited.
Well, that's been their strategy for a lot of this.
Right, but it's not. That's the point. That's what I was trying to remember. That's not a thing anymore. These companies aren't doing that anymore. Yeah, sure, they'll take the quick money, but even when they go to Games Pass, they're not saying we're only going to be on Game Pass. They're not stupid. They'll take the Game Pass money from Microsoft, but they still want to be able to put it on everything, and they do. So Game Pass games aren't locked to Game Pass unless it's, even then they're Microsoft and PC, or Xbox and PC. So, like, I just don't understand in this new market that's emerging how you survive putting out those huge budget games only on your console. I just don't see it. So this talk about them pulling back from PC, I get it. I saw some of the numbers for the later games, but I think a lot of that just has to do with PC gamers waiting for themselves. They don't want to buy. They don't want to spend, $50 on a game that came out in 2018. They just don't want to do that. So
well, even like someone like I think it was Spider-Man came out the soonest, and it was about a year, or it was a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say part of it is that the novelty also wore off.
Yeah.
The novelty of PlayStation games on PC, that novelty kind of wore off.
I think maybe some PC players just kind of view it as another Spider-Man game that came out, not like
right.
This is the elite Sony. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to be fair, as someone who
unless it hurts you, because I
understand.
The talk is it's hurting their. I don't believe that. I know you disagree.
I just feel personally in terms of again, I think my own.
I mean, it's definitely pissing off some of the hardcore ponies. So
I feel like
in that instance, it does hurt.
As someone who was a Xbox One defender, remember I was man. If you could go back and watch an old
I
video
know,
of mine from 2015, where
I remember.
I would do a commentary Friday, and I would talk about defending. I was like, well, I was defending the Xbox One policies. Remember those horrible policies? I was like, well, I mean, I'm always online anyway.
Yeah.
I like.
I remember.
I like using the
I remember.
Kinect, and so And
I
so,
like saying Xbox turn on, Xbox
Yeah,
TV.
yeah,
Like no,
you were like a next gen junior.
but and then eventually I was just the Xbox
You
broke
came
me.
around like, oh, that's
I
that's bad.
broke me, and
Yeah,
especially like when I got my laptop that could run Recore like way better than the Xbox One. It was like, man, why do I even have this? It really destroyed me. It destroyed like, man, I
yeah.
was so frustrated
Well,
with the fact now I got these games. They come out day one on something else that I could just play that is way better. I'm like, this is so frustrating, and it really annoyed me. And it started for me to lose the identity of like what is the Xbox at this point. And I've come to terms with years.
to me, I have a small issue with Nintendo fans saying, "Well, I can play the better version." Blah blah blah. Well, you kind of you have a you're on a tablet console. You're like
No, but yeah,
you're used to playing.
but for me specifically, I mean, look at all my PS5 games. I do play typically third-party games on PS5 anyway, stuff like that, on Xbox. Like most of my
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if there's like, but I get it. But like, and again, the Switch for me has always been different because if you're into handheld, that is a big advantage. I know people don't like, oh, that is a huge advantage to take it on the go, regardless.
Yeah.
But like for me, like it's always
But
been.
for me, that's my thing with Xbox. Still, I can take my fucking games where I want to take them.
Yeah, but you gotta
Um,
buy. Yeah, for you though, but you also have to buy an additional separate hardware. If it's on Switch, it's there. It's on.
well, yeah, no, I'm not comparing it to Switch, but I'm saying they're at least giving me an option
No, for sure, for sure.
to do that.
But that's
You
what I'm saying.
know,
Like in the past few years, I've been like, all right, look. In the end of the day, I guess it's been like 5, 6 years. Like, look, Xbox be releasing the games and everything. It is what it is. They make the money where it is. They want you in the ecosystem. They don't really care about where
ecosystem.
you're playing it. It just doesn't matter to
They would
them.
love for you to buy their hardware,
For
but
sure.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's fine if you don't want to buy it.
Yeah,
I
like,
feel
I
like
bought a Series X, right, and I use it for backwards compatibility. I still like. I think what they did with that is fantastic, and I
Yeah.
believe
I
that's
feel
the
like
reason.
there's more coming. By the way, I think
I hope so.
there's some
And to
talk
me,
on that. So
that is a reason to own an Xbox Series X is because of
yeah.
backwards compatibility. Like to me, just like how I buy the analog pocket and stuff,
Hmm.
you could just use a Game Boy, but no, like it's about getting like your older games in a newer light, and I
Right.
think that's a big
Literally,
reason to own the Series X.
literally a newer light.
Yeah, so to me, it's like literally, like when I get the analog 3D and stuff like, it's like what, I'm. That's why I don't want to downplay the Series X for this generation because I think the backwards compatibility is amazing. And then
It's, it's one of my favorite
if
things.
there's like a game that's cheaper, I still buy it on Xbox because they have a physical. I'll buy it on Xbox. So I don't
Yeah.
mind. It's really about next generation for me. Will I personally? I don't know, but will I personally feel a need, a reason to buy the next Xbox?
Yeah, I'm on the fence
Competition.
still too. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So and
I'm
that's the
definitely on
same
the
thing with
fence.
Sony. Like honestly, that's why for me, like if Sony always puts their games day one on PC, and this is how it's a combination. If
But
if
hold on. What is all that shit behind you? What's that shit right next to your hand there? That
you talking about these
also,
or
yeah.
you
What
talking
is
about
that?
this,
Those are physical
the
copies
whole
of
tomorrow?
video games. I'm just saying, you have a bunch of physical copies. You're
No,
not
of
that
course.
typical person where it's like, oh, that matters to you still. So if you have
Well,
a
that's what I'm
console
saying.
that comes out and puts out physical games, I
But
think that's going to be a factor
no,
for you too.
that was the next thing
Okay.
is that
Okay.
if the next consoles are not digital only and they still
Right.
have physical,
Yeah.
then I have a reason to continue to go into the ecosystem.
well, that's funny.
Like
The guy,
if Xbox is like, hey, we're gonna still do physical stuff, and maybe
Right.
there's more backwards compatibility options, then I may
Yeah.
say, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But
They need to do that. They need to do that
they
for me.
cut off physical, if the next PS6 cuts off physical, and then they start releasing their games day one on PC, I'd have less than
Yeah. At that point,
Yeah,
yeah, I can
that's-
see it then.
You guess what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
At that point, I get you then.
That's how I view it.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
I get it then.
that guy, remember a while ago, he's the guy that said he wants Apple to buy Nintendo and then release like a
Crazy.
$1,000 Switch with better graphics. Well, he
That
is
nobody buys.
he is
Yeah.
like he is 100% against buying physical movies, physical games,
That
physical
shit is
movies.
weird to me.
He
I know people
he's
like
like-
that. That shit is
he's like,
weird
yeah,
to
there's
me.
no way I'm digital only. So he's got a
They think you're
PC.
crazy.
He bought that. He sells them now. He's a dealer for that Kaleidoscape, where you have to spend like 10 grand on a 32 terabyte storage so you can buy movies from this company.
Ain't no
And
way in hell.
he's got like 1,200 movies through that service, and he just upgraded to like the 48 terabyte like version, and it's like $15,000. Obviously, he's a dealer, so he gets it at probably half that. But he's just like, it's just so like the thought of physical is actually like it's like disgusting to him based on what hearing him talk, and it's just it's just so opposite of most of us, most people I know, myself, and it's just crazy. But if you think about it, Steam's been digital for how long's been Steam been out? Forever. Like I didn't think twice about when the Steam games I bought. I wasn't thinking twice about I don't have a physical version. What's PC? It's just the way it goes. But
yeah, PC players don't even think about it. It's just
eventually that's probably gonna happen. It's gonna suck at first, but if next generation, if all the companies just went digital only, I mean,
my thing is that there's just
games, personally.
That's going to be like a Microsoft pulling the Band-Aid, forcing you to get broadband type of situation, because there's still millions of people who are buying physical games.
Well, yeah.
For me, I just don't see them like ripping the Band-Aid off and saying, fuck it. I think they're too fucking scared to do that. I just think they're too scared.
I think a lot of companies would be scared, because how do you transition into that? Because again, PC, that's just typical. That's just normal. Even when you buy a physical copy, like I do occasionally, it's not, you open it up, it's just a download code or so, it's not really anything. And so
I don't think did PC gamers ever care about physical media? I mean, they had to do it, but I think they always really wanted that convenience on their PC.
Their boxes used to be huge. I don't know why they're always so
they did have the huge boxes and shit.
I don't know why.
I don't think I haven't seen a video where a PC guy who has huge boxes of games talk about, man, I really miss these huge boxes.
Well, there was that one.
I just don't see it.
There's that one
Jesus
girl.
Is the guy I watch, and even he doesn't talk about that. He's happy to have what he has already, but he doesn't say, "Oh man, I wish this Warcraft game came out with a giant box."
Yeah, well, that was a video of a girl making the opposite point. She loved the old high quality boxes that were they had like raised up.
I get it. I have a few.
And
my most recent PC physical pickup is, I believe, Biomutant. I think that came out 2021 or so. And that actually, for some reason, I don't know how this works, it has a physical disc that I've never put in because I don't have a disk drive on my PC. But then it also has a code. So I don't know if they give you 2 copies of the game or something. I don't understand how that works. But I just use the code and it worked. But I'm like, what is this copy that's sitting there? I'll never know because I don't have a disk drive. but I find it strange. And it is kind of cool. I'm like, do you get 2 copies technically of the game? But I don't know. I don't know. But I think most of the time, like there was this one indie game that I played on PC that released a physical copy on PC, but it wasn't a disc, it was just a download code. And I remember asking on Twitter, I was like, I messaged them, I'm like, hey, do you know if it's gonna be a physical copy or like with a disc, or is it gonna just be like a code? And then like, unfortunately, it's just gonna be a code. I'm like, no, that's good, because I don't have a disc drive. I just wanted the box. I'm like, I'll take the that's it. And it said, oh, okay, what are the odds? That's good. I'm like, cool. Most people will be like, oh man, never mind. But I was like, hey man, that's a box. I'll take. So I guess the thing is, like, I don't imagine a time, and maybe that's like the last step of physical is just download codes and only download codes. Maybe. Obviously I would much prefer a physical thing, but if the last generation is just download codes in a box, I will take it. I will take like if that's the last final thing, and then they said, okay, now we're truly.
I just do digital at that point.
Well, no, I get it. Most people would. I mean, predominant, and I think you would see less and less over time. It would just be
it's like key cards. It's like, I still have to fucking put the fucking thing in, like, and it's meaningless.
Well, for me, again, keycards have always been different to me, where it's like, again, keycards are still a physical item that you have that you could sell, rebuy, do like. Yeah. If it's a download code, it's done. One and done, you're done. That's it.
How do they stop people from? Seems like a key card would be easier to make a copy of, or like to, I don't know what's in them. If like somebody could.
No, I mean it's a key. I mean, you can't play the game without it. You can't just fucking.
It feels like whatever whatever's on there that tells it to download.
Yeah.
Is each cart have its own individual little serial number inside the cartridge, or is it just a generic?
I'm sure there's some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
because on the front they have their own serial number.
Yeah, they
You know,
have to
they-
do that, or they're gonna. that
It's
would
like
be
if you
that would
look-
be
if you
very
look at
easy
your
to
Switch
pirate.
cart,
That's what
there's
I
a-
was wondering.
It's got its own number. It's got its own number.
Yeah,
on
it's
every
like
single cart.
it's like what PCs were already doing with the digital game downloads. It's like or not even digital game downloads, but physical games. They had DRM, they had keys that you had to put in when you put the game in, like when you play the game. So it's very similar to that, and they were all different keys. They weren't the same. So
Yeah, that's why, like, again, like literally, I think PC wise, I have very little in terms of that actual physical copies, but like especially
Yeah, I have-
nowadays, they don't really release many anymore. To be honest with you, even the whole download code, I don't really see that too much now.
yeah, I know I
It's
got
really
a
just.
few physical PC games somewhere.
But it just goes to show how dominant Steam is that like you'll get a Sekiro physical copy and it gives you a Steam download code. And I just think it's so funny. It's like that's a completely different company. You guys are just like, yeah, we'll put it on Steam. It's like they don't even just download their own
Yeah.
thing. But,
Steam doesn't have a monopoly. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's. I mean, that's. I always find it personally funny. I know a lot of PC gamers don't agree, but as a PC gamer who does game a PC,
It's a monopoly. Come on.
I think it's hilarious that how many like
Why are we
I could
fighting
open up Epic Games or something and nothing happens. You just open up and you play a game and you
Yeah.
just enjoy it. But people are like, oh my god, I got to open up the app. It's like, well,
It's
I'm like, I don't know.
it's such
Personally,
bullshit.
I don't get it. I don't think it's like you don't even have to get up out of your seat. You're not putting in a different thing. You just click in a different icon.
It's
You know what I'm
stupid.
Like it's like
You're right.
I-
It's stupid.
it's beyond. It's like, well, I want my unified library. It's on the same
That's,
hardware,
that's exactly how they sound too. Oh my god! I got it.
I get it. I mean,
I don't get it personally.
I
don't get that.
absolutely hate it
If you're logged in on everything, what is the difference between clicking and clicking something else?
because
Like,
it's just
It's-
I don't know. I thought it was stupid when Ubisoft forced their own, EA forced their own. It's like, come on, like. I bought the game on Steam. Why does it boot? Well, eventually Ubisoft had to cave because no one was buying the games on
Yeah,
there.
I don't think we're not talking about
well,
that.
those,
I'm
well,
not sure.
those when it's like you're buying on Steam, but then it opens something else.
Yeah,
that's
but this is
weird. That's a
different.
little
That was
confusing.
initially you just had to buy it off of Uplay and play it, and no one did
Yeah.
that, so they had to let you play it through Steam.
Because
Because
I think that was because I
that
played
was
one
another
and
other
you're like,
issue.
well, what does it matter? Well, it does. It's just dumb to like if you got the store that you have all your friends list, all your achievements, all your games, and now you're basically
Well,
starting
all your
over.
games, it's on the same hardware. Like nothing's changed. Like
But
it's literally a different tab. Like it's literally
but
a different tab.
You have to have all different friends lists. Like now you have Discord, so it's
I mean, all
different.
different. I mean, we're talking about talking about like
Yeah, if you're talking about
again-
between two, but at that initially when Epic came out, there EA still had theirs, Ubisoft has theirs, Blizzard has theirs. It's like at some point
We'll
you
be
can't-
mad at those guys.
you can't have like
Not even. I wouldn't even say
five
mad at those
different
guys, but
friends
again,
lists, 5 different fucking achievement
Yeah, but
systems,
it-
5 different
that-
like
And also, in a way, especially Epic does create competition for Valve because in the end of the day,
Yeah,
they
I'm
all-
not against
if they
it.
all go
They're,
with
they're
Valve,
complaining about Epic. They're not even.
I'm
They
not-
don't care about that
but
shit.
yeah, just in
if they all
general
go on
like
Steam, they all have to pay the cut for Valve and stuff. So it's like I could understand them saying, hey, like we want to have our own app. This is this thing right here, and it's like for me, like if you were to time how fast it takes, it's literally minuscule. And for me, it's just I think it's just hilarious, and it's like
if you're a
my
major
games are on
fucking-
this tab and not that tab. What are we talking about here? Like it's to me, it's just like it's just it's funny to me. And again, like I know we talk about like switching discs is oh man, but the fact that we're talking about I'm sitting on here, I have Steam open right now, and I could just open up Epic, and it's like,
Yeah,
let's
I
see how
mean,
long it takes
again,
when you open up Epic.
if
Look, they don't have a problem opening up GOG. They love GOG too.
you got to understand
So I
this
just
is a-
opened up Epic, and now I got my games on Epic right here. Look how long that took.
the
I
guys
could
that
just
are
open up my
complaining
library
about
right
that
here.
are the guys who are playing online all the time, and it's like
Like I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to go anywhere. Did you even see me leave my seat? I just went like
But
this. And I
why?
had two
Okay,
different
so
things.
look at it from this perspective. For 10 years, you and your buddies, you buy the game on Steam, you play the game on Steam, and now it's like, oh wait, this game's not available on Steam. Why is this game not available on Steam? Oh, Epic has the exclusive rights to it. So yeah, I got, yeah, it's not an inconvenience, but it's just at that point, it's the same argument, but for the opposite. Like, why does Epic need to? Why do you have to download and then create an account for Epic?
Because Steam has a fucking monopoly. They have to do this shit. They can't just, don't you just compete or just make a bet? No, that shit ain't gonna work. You know that shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
just compete after Steam has been steamrolling for all this time. You just start. It's like saying, hey, black people, you don't have a Superman, just make one right now. Like that's not gonna that's not gonna work. Sure, we could try it, but we'll end up with fucking Meteor Man. That's what we're not gonna have.
Yeah,
Superman.
I mean,
my thing is that
looking at it from that business perspective, I get it.
Valve ever. There's never been a competition for Valve ever because everyone's like, well, no, but I just want to play on Steam on this tab, and it's like, it's like, and then to me, it's like, oh, my friends, we have to come together and open up another tab to play on this game. Oh my god! And it's just like, again, like to me, it's like, it's just, I just open up two tabs.
I personally, and
it really just doesn't matter.
It's not the end of the world, but obviously, I would prefer to have it all in one.
Valve, is what you're saying is PC is Valve and only Valve. You know what I'm saying? And so
PC dudes are entitled as fuck. They want everything on their system. That's it. That's not how the world works. Some shit is exclusive. That's just how it is. You can't buy a fucking a Big Mac at fucking Burger King. It's just I'm sorry. Some shit is gonna be exclusive.
And my thing again, like my thing is like, bro, like we're not telling you to buy a different software. You don't have to do.
You don't have to buy a new piece of hardware. You just have to.
You don't have to buy another like Epic wants to say, hey, I am Epic and we have Fortnite also. We want you to play on this, so we make all the money because then you give money to Valve.
Oh, here's a novel idea. Don't fucking wait. You're a PC gamer. You're used to waiting for shit all the time. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know guys that will have never played Fortnite.
You're not getting GTA 6. That's insane.
But I mean, you guys look at Retrodesk. Not like this is a good example, but he won't. Oh, I gotta create an account for. I'm gonna play it.
I call him out all the time. I think it's hilariously stupid.
But I get the principle of it.
Steam Deck. I like Steam, but I could call them on their bullshit.
Yeah, but I also agree. Like it's stupid for like every game manufacturer and every big company wants to have their own account system and stuff. Like I get it.
Okay, like again, like
I get why it's annoying. I know I'm not. It's not the end of the world, but I get why he thinks it's annoying and doesn't want to do it. I get his perspective.
Streaming services. I left cable so I didn't have to deal with all these different. Well, too bad. People are competing against people. That's how it works. There's going to be more services. You don't have to buy them all. Just because they're there.
Yeah,
I mean, just ignore
I create the account to play.
Look, I was really mad about Oceanhorn. Right, Oceanhorn. I played the first one on Switch. Right? Oceanhorn 2 comes out. It's fucking exclusive to fucking Apple Gaming or whatever. I don't even know what that shit is. It's exclusive for a year. You know what I did? I just fucking waited, and it came to Switch 2 eventually, or Switch eventually, and I bought it.
And I think the only reason it didn't stay on Apple is because no one probably played it on Apple.
Nobody knew that shit, and nobody played it. So
Apple tried to do that. They tried to make a lot of Apple Arcade exclusives. None of that shit worked.
You remember?
None of that shit worked.
You remember that big?
They tried it. I ain't not gonna they tried to do some time exclusive, but it were time exclusives. Like it don't matter. Like we wait. We're on console. We're not gonna give a shit. In order to play that, you had to play like on a mobile with some. I honestly don't even know how you did it because it wasn't even an app on PC. That if it was an app on PC, more people would have.
I think you had to play it through the Apple TV.
Talk about a monopoly. That shit was completely locked to Apple TV.
You guys remember that?
TV,
that Amazon Game Studios MMO whatever it was that they promoted on the Game Awards for like 3 years. Last year at some point, my work buddy, PC guy, was talking. I was like, "Was that Amazon game?" He's like, "Yeah, it's already dead. Like they already shut it servers down and stuff." And I'm like, "God, they used to promote that like it was the next coming of like the next big great thing."
I forget what the name was. Something World, I think.
And it was like it was always CG. It was always like no gameplay, and then it's like, yeah, and then it went nowhere. And also, I see a lot of people the whole High Guard because they're shut. I think it shuts down in 2 weeks next week.
That's some sad ass
Nope,
shit.
this week.
I mean, it's not sad. I feel bad for
And
fucking developers and shit.
I've seen a lot of posts. I mean, not more than a handful of people just like trying to like make sure we know that Jeff Keighley's not to blame. And yeah, he's not 100% to blame, but
No.
those same
He's to
people,
blame for the hype.
those same
So I
people
like
don't.
that game.
The hype though.
Those same people
Yeah.
don't know that. And even if I even replied to some of them and they didn't acknowledge it. I'm like, like Tencent was heavily invested in their like executives on the advisory board of the Game Awards. Like, don't you think that's a little suspicious that it gets this free slot at the end of the show and basically this guy with, it's like a conflict of interest, but all of a sudden it's this big game and Jeff started to act like saying the shit that there's no way he actually believed that. There's no way. And it's like, so yeah, it sucks for the studio if that was something out of their control. I feel bad for the studio, but I'm glad that bullshit didn't succeed, that their attempt to manufacture hype for this game didn't succeed, because then that would just get worse and worse.
Well, I think one thing that studios are hopefully learning is you can't manufacture hype. That doesn't happen. You can't do that.
But somebody did make a good point. They said that the game peaked at 100,000 users, so it kind of already. It must have been the game itself didn't keep.
Yeah,
like they even said
itself.
They said people didn't even get through the tutorial stuff.
Yeah.
That shit was boring.
And it's like, so it kind of the marketing worked as far as getting people to try the game, but if it was a good game or at least solid game,
at the same time, and there is something to it where sure, like if the game was as good, people would have played.
The game was great. It would be the Helldivers. It would be.
Yeah, but also there was a lot of hate from it from the get go. Day one, as soon as that trailer launched, people were like, "Why are you launching with it? What is this?" And so there was always when you go into something negative, there's always going to be that negativity and so there's going to be a lot of flock of people that will come into it.
I mean, I guess I could see that, but I don't know. It was a purchase game, right? Didn't you have to buy it? It wasn't free.
No, it was free to play.
Was it?
It's free.
Okay.
Yeah, it was free.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So that's why, like,
I mean, that's true. But like a great game's a great game would have overcome any negativity people went in. Like no one thought Helldivers.
The game itself is at the end of the day, the game itself is to blame.
Yeah.
I gotta download it, man. And play it the last day.
It wouldn't have had 100,000 people play it if it didn't get all the. I think they say all press is good press. Like 100,000 people probably wouldn't have tried the game if it wasn't for.
Oh no, for sure. But I unfortunately I think there's a lot of people that hate played it, booted up for 1 second, come out. And this shit, and it was like as immediately ultra negative when the game launched within 5 minutes. And I was like, all right, bro, it's been 5 minutes. How did you play this game?
Well, also there was I don't follow him, but the guy at work follows him. There was some controversy around a big streamer. I don't want to say who it was for sure. I thought it might have been Dr. D or whatever the dude's name is. Somebody where there was a little bit of shady stuff involving like people getting like being able to access the game or promote the game. I should get the whole story, but
yeah, I don't know.
It sounded a little like that sounds a little weird. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm glad it failed because of what they were the bullshit they were trying to do. I call it like insider trading for the lack of a better term.
It is kind of, yeah, you can
this
say
motherfucker's like, oh, they're going to get a free slot because it was so good. They're getting a free slot. Mm-hmm. Then you find out that the executives on the Game Awards, advisory board.
The motherfuckers are compromised.
And it's like, right then and there, I want the game to fail. It sucks that, the studio, whoever, the people that made the game. But, it's just, I couldn't, I can't feel sorry for the situation.
Also is like, what I don't get is it's done within a month. What would have been the number? What would have been these numbers that you could make it last 3 months? Even how does this happen?
Well, first of all, it's a free to play game. They had an investment in, obviously, a financial investment, and they couldn't sustain a decent audience. I think if they could have,
Tencent was pulling out. I think I heard.
My thing, if you're making a live service game financially, you need to think about the short term and the long term, where it's like, okay, if for some reason this doesn't do great right away, we have enough funds to fund the next year so we could do blah 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 blah. If you don't have that and you can only fund a month, the hell are you making a live service game?
Why are you spending years? I mean, years, 3-4 years to make these games.
That's
And
why.
you give up on them in a couple months.
That's how
after it
Tencent
comes
got
out?
involved. They needed investors to help,
A month.
get the
That's
game
what
to
I'm
the
saying, a month,
finish
like-
line. And so they
But that's what
probably
I'm saying, like,
expected a certain number in the first couple weeks.
And they just said, okay, no. But that's, in the end of the day, you'll never cultivate an audience if you're shutting down games within a few weeks. And yeah,
Well,
sure,
lesson
you
number
need-
one:
you
come
need
to the
higher.
market with enough content for a fucking game outright. Add on, of course, later, but you got to come out with enough content and make sure the goddamn game is fun. I mean, that's number one. Don't put out a
also-
game if it's not fun.
I've seen a few people. I saw someone even on my Instagram, and I had to tell them, because there's some casual gamers out there that drive me insane, spreading misinformation. They're like, you should have done Titanfall 3. I'm like, bitch, they don't own Titanfall. They have nothing to do with Titanfall.
Mhm.
And I've seen
What?
this multiple times, saying they should have just made Titanfall 3. And then the person replied to me saying, well, it doesn't matter because it's EA or whatever. I'm like, they're not EA. There's no
What are you
EA
talking
involved.
about?
I'm like, bro,
You
they
don't even
said
know
that
what you're talking
Respawn
about.
they said Respawn's under EA. I'm like, this isn't Respawn.
What?
Like, yo,
You don't know what you're talking about. And the confidence, the fucking confidence of people who don't know
He left
what
me
the
at
hell.
red. He left me at red after that. I was like, yo, I can't stand. Look, I don't care about High Guard, but I hate misinformation, bro. I really can't say it. And when you're just saying shit so confidently with your chest,
Yeah,
so that
that's
you
what
don't know,
kills me.
you don't know what that is. I'm
It's,
just
it's
trying
okay
correct
not to
you.
know. It's
Yeah.
the confidence of ignorance is
I'm
what
just trying to-
drives
I'm just
me
trying to tell you-
crazy.
There was no Titanfall 3 ever in the picture. That never existed because it ain't even the same studio. It's not the closure.
Well, yeah, well, they should have just did it anyway.
I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, shit. That's what you do.
It's funny because I've seen multiple comments online where they talk about, man, they should have done Titanfall 3. And I'm like, what do you? I'm like, do people not realize this is not Respawn and it has not EA? It has nothing to do with Titanfall.
And again, Titanfall 3 is still risky. It's not a shoo-in. Yes, a lot of
I know.
people loved Titanfall 2 after the fact, and nobody bought the bitch still. It's just that's still not a slam dunk, you know? So
Well, I'll be curious to see what happens with Marathon.
Well, I meant
Marathon's
to bring that
is-
up earlier. The early previews doesn't
Number-
sound too promising,
does it
but you
does it
never
look too
know.
good sort of right now? Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see. I
I
just think the character models, the character design, I'm not a fan of.
I think
I'm
it's going to be a
curious to see
flop.
what. Right now
Yeah.
they got 66,000 players online. So is that enough for them?
That's
I don't know.
something.
That's
That is-
decent.
no, that's
Hey, hold
enough.
on. And they're actually charging. So that's another
Yes,
thing that helps them.
Yep. You gotta
It's a
remember
$40 game. So
that. And again, that's only one platform currently right now.
Right.
And not only that, but it's also like
what, one platform? I thought it was on PC and
no, I'm saying
PS5.
that's 66 on
That's
only
only-
Steam.
oh, you
Yeah.
mean oh no,
I'm
Steam.
not talking
Okay.
about PS5
Gotcha.
or Xbox people.
Gotcha.
But I'm like, think about it. Like in the end of the day, like hopefully, I mean, the problem is we'll see, because it's like, will this be enough for Sony? I
I
don't
think they'll be getting
imagine-
rid of Bungie after this game, personally.
Bungie's out of there.
Oh,
Sorry to say.
man. But my thing is like, they bought
What a
Bungie for like
disaster.
$3 billion.
Mhm.
$3 billion.
Way too
It's a
much.
pretty dumb investment, to be honest with you. Like, I
Way
don't think they-
overpaid for Bungie.
And that was probably a Jim Ryan decision, for doing that.
Yeah.
Just have them make Halo. That's what they got to do.
Yeah.
Just make Halo.
Just make a Halo ripoff. Just make a spiritual successor Halo game, but call it
Yeah.
Killzone.
Yeah.
They could have.
That worked for Time Splitters.
Hola.
Everybody
Hola.
bought Time
Yeah.
Splitters.
You're gonna call it Hola instead of Halo.
Hola.
Call it the
Hola.
glowing ring. Anyway, we better get out of here. We're going.
What's
well
that
over.
movie? Call it what's the Matt Damon movie that was supposed to be Halo?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Elysium,
I can't-
Elysium.
Elysium. Call this shit Elysium, son.
no, they should call it Master Chef or something.
Master Chef.
Or Master Soldier, just something like that.
No, you had it. Master Chef, you had it.
All right, we're gonna get out of here though. It's been a fun couple 2.5 hours. So thanks for
just
tuning
rambling,
in.
talking.
We're just rambling.
Yeah.
I'll,
Master Chef.
we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Us. Us. Is that Master Chef the one with the